Welcome, everyone, to the Miss Lemon After Party. And so far in here with us, we have, of course, the guest of honor, Miss Lee Lemon, right over here. And we have, just beside Miss Lemon, we have Phoebe, a.k.a. the Sauna Lady. We have JR, who hasn't been with us for a little while. Welcome back, my friend. We also have below me my fellow knucklehead from the other side of Canada. We've got Canadian Ollieman, as he's called. We also have the medical doctor in case anything goes wrong here. We've got Dr. Ben or Torben, student Dr. Ben, I should actually say. We've got the awesome TikToker, Mr. Josh, also known as Inquisitive Quandary, is also with us. We've got Christian J. Watkins, who's behind an avatar today. And we have Black Atheist Rants, who's at work, but decided to hang out with us anyways. And we also have my partner in crime, Mr. Randolph Richardson, also the president of Canadian Atheists. So once again, thank you, Lee, for being on the show today, man. It was so much fun having you on.
It was a blast. Thanks for having me.
Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, sorry that you got an ad, but I am monetized, so they do happen from time to time. I'm still amazed that they monetize me. To be honest,
congratulations on that, by the way. Yeah.
Advertisement is not based in ethics, man. It's just
I know.
Where is anybody looking?
It's only supposed to be.
I just love the ads that pop up sometimes before my streams that are like for like Prager
Christian Mingle and
pure what?
It's hilarious. Is that the name of a university? You said Bigger U.
No,
Prager.
Prager.
Oh, Prager.
And no, it's not. The not actually a university that used to call itself a university, then got told off for calling itself a university. Now it's calling itself Prager U.
Oh yeah.
Because if you go there,
Bigger U. I think it's like a Swedish
go there, you
company.
get as much of an education as you do at Trump University.
Trump University.
Except it's probably less expensive.
It was a thing.
It is a thing.
It was a thing, yeah.
Except it's probably less expensive than a Trump education.
That's true, because PragerU, wasn't that just a YouTube channel? And like an associated website. Yeah, you can watch that for free.
They started a kids channel recently, and that's really scary.
Oh no.
Think
about the children.
Are they competing with
children
VeggieTales?
in here? Good group.
Are they going to compete with VeggieTales?
Or Bible Man?
Oh my gosh.
You want to know a really expensive education?
I'm starting to run low,
Street
guys.
sports.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Starting to run low.
What do we got? What is that? Moonshine?
Street sports.
No, that's marijuana.
Oh.
It's moonweed, not moonshine.
It's ground beef.
Moonshine, moonweed.
Moonweed.
It's ground beef.
Ground beef.
It's ground beef. You're just gonna smoke some ground beef.
It's just really.
I got a little bit of that left too.
That's good. Thinking up universities.
A little.
Fun.
Yeah.
I do.
I'm hoping it'll last me till my order gets in.
I do want to ask you all and anyone in the chat. I've started a Discord server for atheists who work in healthcare or volunteer in healthcare or in healthcare of any capacity. So if you know people that fit that description, let me know and we can add them to the group.
Does being a blood donor make me okay
on there?
Yeah, I was just going to say, I'm a blood donor. Do I qualify?
No.
That doesn't count. You got to actually like work a little bit.
I've been disqualified as a social
Coins,
worker. I've already been told
I've
no.
saved people from drowning. Does that count?
No.
I have clients. I have clients who are in healthcare and dental and whatnot.
Yeah, the point
I'm certified in
is
first aid.
medicine is so
paid for it.
permeated with religion, and it's really frustrating. Like my friend who works in ophthalmology, he's like a tech. When he got his vaccine, he had to like sign a thing for work that said like he got vaccinated. But then all over this form, it was saying like how the vaccine is a miracle from God and like all this stuff. And so like religion is being forced on us a lot of times. And like we're being forced to work for these like religious institutions. And so it'd be nice to have like a little community of people that kind of
sounds like it. Yeah.
Believe in that.
I will. Former healthcare. What about former healthcare? One of the
That should
people.
be fine. I'll
That's
let.
fine. Okay.
Yeah, former healthcare. I'll let in. Yeah.
You're good, Summer.
I'd like to talk with you later about that group because maybe some connection with Canadian Atheists. We can send some people your way.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
It sounds rad.
There are Canadian atheists. Good grief.
Oh, that's
Thankfully,
Like Ross
thankfully
and
we don't
Dr.
encounter
Feelgood.
that. We don't encounter that too much where I teach, but I have had a student ask me, "So, teacher, is evolution true, or is it a fact, or is it just a theory?" And I was like, "Why are you asking me this question?"
Are you
Because-
teaching? Are you teaching elementary school?
No, I teach high school.
Oh boy.
What?
Eek.
Why? What? They're
See-
great.
No, but I mean, like they're asking that question in high school.
Well, unfortunately, there have been some teachers that might, they're like, what is it, Dr. Georgia? Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, for me.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like, oh, I learned biology so I can share my theology. Like, okay.
Yeah,
Work at a different place,
Georgia.
Thankfully, it's not like a current workplace situation, thankfully.
And
Sounds clever, but it isn't. Okay.
I hate when I hear that it's just a theory, which tells me that they clearly don't know what a theory means in
Right.
the scientific field.
Yeah.
Theory
Okay.
versus hypothesis.
Atomic theory, the theory of disease, things we
Right.
accept are true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always make sure the
True
students
theory.
understand, the difference. And then also, hey, when we're talking about like this civilization, is 8,000 years old, how do we know that? Like, we don't go into, exact, like, okay, this is exactly what a half-life is and so forth. But it's like, we kind of gloss over it just so we didn't just make this up. There are reasons that we have dated it this way. Just so they have some kind of understanding,
The analogy.
And
I
most
would-
of the time, when somebody uses colloquially the word theory, it doesn't even qualify for a hypothesis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
intelligent design. That's a good one.
Isn't that enough? That's
Uh,
yeah. Well,
That isn't so intelligent, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Also, what
Like,
was
who
it
puts
designed
who
on?
puts the sex part beside the bathroom part? Like, who the fuck does that?
Yeah, what is it?
Great.
The sewage
Here's the
treatment
question.
plant next to the recreation area? Yeah.
Yeah.
Urban
Intelligent
planning.
design or
Neil
apparent
deGrasse Tyson raised. I just shared that meme. We were talking about this yesterday on Twitter with some religious people
Hmm.
who are claiming God's designs are all perfect.
Well,
Yeah.
just
For
to
those of us
comment
that
on
have,
that.
medical problems and disabilities, I always like hearing that.
Oh,
Or
Just to
when it's an
comment on
open
that.
invitation to be told, hey, that cane that you have been using, that tells me you don't have enough faith in Jesus. Can I pray with you? Really?
Can I beat you within an inch of your life?
Yeah.
That's like lightning rods on churches.
You have to think about perfection a little bit different, though. Perfection is subjective, right? There's no really objective perfection because
My migraines are not
it doesn't address
perfection.
nuance.
Don't
Yeah,
don't even try.
But some
Yeah.
stuff is so stupid. Come on.
No,
I
really, when
see it back there, B. We're currently full up, so
I can
worry, when you
I'll be
have
going to bed
I can
in about
pop up.
12
perfection.
minutes.
Perfection
step up.
has its inherent drawbacks to something.
I can step out for
Maybe not to something other because it's perfect for that one thing, but everything else it's imperfect. So it has some inherent drawbacks to it. So perfection is all around you, and you must also accept its flaws, which aren't really flaws all the time. If you know the difference between flaws and strengths, and they're really the same thing, and it doesn't really matter anyway because everything has a price and a core value.
How many mushrooms did you just take?
I just want to say
I've probably ingested maybe 8 pounds worth in my lifetime, and I'm not going back because if I do any more of that shit, I don't think I'm coming back from it.
I'm gonna just step out for B. It was very
B's
nice.
gone. B bailed.
B.
So
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
okay,
that's it.
Not sure why.
okay.
Knight in Canadian armor. I'm sorry.
Well, if he comes back,
Trying to be gracious.
I'll step out. I'll step aside.
Hey, he's
I look at nursery rhymes like it's an MC Escher painting. I guess that's a pretty good analogy of how my brain works.
I gotcha. Yeah, I mean, just kind of along those lines, that does remind me of something I try to tell the students about buildings and how buildings are suited a certain way. And then I kind of show them buildings like, or structures like certain, what am I thinking? I forget exactly the bridge name, but there's a really famous clip of it wobbling around during an earthquake. And I'm just like, yeah, so some of the stuff we build doesn't really make sense to build other things a certain way, just to kind of get them thinking about different types of strength and different types of structures, But Maybe they
building
will
needs a
be
builder.
engineers yet.
I heard a lot of what you're talking about with your teaching styles and how you engage them. That's some brilliant props.
Thanks.
Seriously.
I try to. I was mad when I found out how awesome history is because of how it was taught. Like, why would we learn the dumbest, most boring parts of history when we can learn like all the tea, all the shade, all of this like exciting stuff, the psychology of it, the sociology of it. Why are you going to be like, okay, so what date did the Black Plague end? Like, that's the question. That's the question you're going to ask, not how come this perpetuated, or if you were found in the middle of a pandemic before we had the pandemic, how do you think you would have reacted? Which group would you have been in and why? You know, those are some better questions, not like, oh, who was the name of the person? Who cares? Who cares? You know,
Fred.
Why are you going to take this class and learn nothing that's applicable to your life? What's this? Canadianese? Canadese?
What?
I paddled one of your fine canoes last week with my son. It was brilliant.
What's this do?
It's in the chats.
Paddling. Yep.
Hello.
Hello, baby.
A little mini IQ. Say hi.
Mini
Hi.
IQ. There you go.
Hi.
Only wondering what is all this?
She's adorable, dude. She can't be yours.
I know. We're talking about recessive genetics.
All I can say is, which modelling agency did you use?
What?
Which modelling agency did you use for the actor?
Adorable child warning. That was a pretty adorable child. I'll have to
Oh,
give
no,
that.
the earpiece is really quiet, and I'm like 8% beers into the evening. So
8%? That doesn't sound like very much, dude.
it works.
I feel like a beer 8% is different than a liquor 8%.
Yeah.
A liquor 8% is like disappointing.
Yeah.
Oh, we lost bar again.
There was a.
It's like
there is a
Lay
beer that
there
is
and get a buzz
7%.
type
Yeah.
drinking. 8%
Ben,
beer,
what are you eating?
they're gravy by the balls. That's what
My
they do.
leftovers from my taco party platter yesterday.
I thought it
Nice.
might be, but you really were, indulging in a way that was, not really becoming of a Doctor of Tomorrow.
I am a trans man, and I
Doctors
will eat my
can eat.
carne asada fries.
That's
Yeah,
it.
it says the woman wearing a towel on a stream.
I thought
Right.
you were
And the
talking about
sun is
Harry
not even
Kurzweil
on.
for a second.
You assume it's not on.
JR looks like he's in a sauna. You don't. With all the smoke.
I would say it was more of like a cavern than a.
That's true, yeah. Okay, I was gonna say, yeah, it looks like you're giving us some Hobbit
I'm
feels.
sitting on my cave. I'm sitting in my cave with my dragon.
Nice.
Oh.
And I wanted to say this.
Thanks very much, Doorknob Head.
Summer.
Hey, there's a doorknob
I can't
head.
even see the chat.
Summer.
Doorknob Head says my
Hey,
Ben, we
because
can't
my
see
first
you now.
IQ sighting. Okay, double that
okay,
because
double
of my
that.
mini IQ.
Mini IQ. Yeah.
Mm.
Hey, Neil, shouldn't it shrink us all so that we can see all the people when you pull those along?
It usually does. Yeah, like it
Yeah,
usually.
look, I mean,
kinda
we now
shrinks
can't
up.
see. We now can't see a student doctor food person.
I can see Dr. Food.
Dr.
Dude, Dr. Mukbang.
That's it.
I
Did you guys have
Even though
questions
mukbang is
about
wrong.
the mukbang? Did you guys have questions? Since I am in Korea, did anybody have any questions about mukbang? Besides how to pronounce it?
I actually did one.
Is
once.
that
I
some
actually
sort of
did- I
weird
actually
bomb?
did a mukbang once. I actually got
No.
a lot of tips doing a mukbang once.
I got you.
Actually, Lee, why don't you explain what a mukbang is?
Yes. So if you've heard of it as like mukbang or something, or
Yeah, which
mukbang
is
or anything like that.
mispronunciation.
Yeah, so that's why it does sound like bong, right? And so it's you guys will love this too. If you live in an apartment, the building is a dong and the apartment itself is a hoe. So that's good. That's always it's fun to try to tell people like, hey, I need to update my address. I live in a dong and a hoe. So that's always nice.
Bong.
There you go. Bong
There's
hoe.
more awkward places to be.
Exactly. So the mukbang was originally like a eat with me sort of thing. Some people do it like an ASMR, and then it went big, like to eat a large volume. And then it just turned into some weird like thing outside of Korea as well, where people are just eating huge amounts of food or food that's not very good. But that's kind of the thing they do. It's not like exceptionally awesome food. It's like everybody knows what this tastes like. I'm going to enjoy it like on your behalf for people that are watching it with a diet or something. But I have seen a guy eat a lot of this noodle dish, this like Korean, you know, you have like a Canadian Chinese or American Chinese, there's Korean Chinese, and he was eating this Korean Chinese noodle dish, but like just bowls and bowls of it. He had this giant trash can in the middle, and he would just occasionally vomit because he just couldn't hold it in. Yeah.
In
That's
seriousness, it's one of the things that is not going to be removed when a certain British subscription-based social media platform gets rid of all of its cash cows. They're still going to allow that on their platform.
Interesting.
Didn't mukbangs start as like just like a way for people to not feel like they're alone when they're eating?
Yes.
Yeah, especially for college students. But there is actually a way, there's like so you know when you go to college, you can live in a dorm, you can live in an apartment. There's this other option where you live where like there's an older woman who is like the landlord, but she'll cook your food. And like that's part of like the service, you know. So some people pay for that. Sort of like a host family. It's just she likes cooking. She makes a lot of stuff. You don't want to cook, you know.
I need
so
one of those.
like you come home and there's some food there. But you know, you still got the ramen and the beer and the fried chicken and stuff. That's a really big thing.
See, now we can't.
Thank you, Black Atheist.
Yeah, he was in here with us, but I guess being at work, it's not really suitable for jumping in here, really. So
yeah,
something to point out real quick.
You can jump in now.
Look at somebody who is eating a bowl of noodles, and it just makes them vomit. But they're doing it for that experience, right? It's just nobody that, at least myself and most people I know, wouldn't take eating as the experience is like that's something that you just got to go for the gold, and if it makes you throw up, just go for it. No, that's not food. We take this same logic towards drinking. Most of us, and one of us probably has, is that we are ingesting something that we know is poison and is going to make us throw up, or we engage it to a point where it is toxic to us, and we call this fun.
For that guy,
to take that same attitude towards food, I don't think is a bit of a stretch if you think about it.
No, not at all.
It's all about the experience, right?
He was more doing it, I think, for the views.
Yeah, they get paid a lot of money.
Yeah,
that's part of the experience. You know, whatever he was trying to gain from it.
Right. We have this streaming platform called Africa. So it's Africa, but it's free. But it's this. It's like it's like Twitch, and so you just post a bunch of live stuff only. So there are people that do that, and when you open it, you get all these like, hey, this is streaming right now. And so if you see a guy with piles of bowls next to him in mid-puke, that's pretty interesting. I'm going to click on that, you know? And so the more views, of course, you get more money. So definitely, yeah. But I don't know. My order of awesome food has shipped. I might also be interested in the McRib. Thank you, Google.
McRib is a little bit of an after-party joke here. So,
okay.
One of my usual regulars, Genesis, ordered a McRib through, I think, like Skip the Dishes or Dine and Dash or one of those.
DoorDash.
Nice.
DoorDash.
Dine and Dash.
Anything about Neil's Prius, just roll with it.
What are you? Where are you thieving food from, Neil, with your Dines and Dashes?
5-finger discount.
You know, everywhere it goes. But yeah, and they ordered one because they loved them.
Drunk. Menno, that's because you're not an alcoholic. That's why. Oyster eating contest. The guy threw up, wasn't allowed, and had to scoop it into a glass and down it.
That's gross.
See, I only eat so much. I only eat so much right now because I started testosterone a month ago, and so I'm going through puberty. And so I'm hungry all the time.
Are you hot? I heard that a lot of trans men have found that being like going through like hormone replacement therapy, they find out why like teenage boys will wear like a jacket and then shorts in the winter.
Yeah, I'm not there yet.
Okay.
Because my muscle mass hasn't really changed yet. I'm just hungry all the time.
The hell is
Right,
that?
you gotta
got
prep
a siren going off?
Yeah, what kind of tornado warning is this?
Maybe somebody.
Or the world's over here. I guess the Smaug is coming.
Smoke.
God. I remember going through second puberty again. And I remember getting hot flushes when I started going on estrogen. When I
that
went on
sounds
estrogen
terrible.
The first time, it was horrendous. The hot flushes I got.
So we'll just take all the hormones and we'll just get very hot. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's like stop all testosterone, insert estrogen.
This sounds like one hell of a party.
That's it. That's the party. That's it.
Stop testosterone, insert estrogen, grow tits.
There you go. Maybe that's why you heat up. I don't know. Is that why? Like you're metabolizing more? You know, I'm not your biology teacher, but you know what I'm saying.
How you doing, buddy?
You know?
Hey,
well, I thought you guys needed
fat mass and stuff. And...
Yeah, right. Right, you're producing things. You heat up when you do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's good.
I'm willing to bet you have an awesome Christopher Walken impression. I heard that.
Who, me?
Yes.
It's been a while since I've done it. I don't know if I can just
come on.
go into
Wait,
it.
I didn't even know this.
I know the one that I can do
Turn your
right
mic off
away
for a
is
fucking second. I
Chewbacca.
heard that shit. I know you gotta get
Where
Christopher
did you
Walken.
hear that from? Was it from me? Is that where you heard it from? I can't do the tone
What
of
you
voice,
just
but it's
said.
more like the intention. Oh, just the way I did it. Oh no, I can't.
What's
I can
wrong
do
with
a
the
like a
tone? Just
I can
you
do
just
a
gotta
Christopher
say the
Walken.
words.
Gotta say the words, you know. You guys are coming at me. I don't know. You got my man all wrong. But no, my Chewbacca is better.
Chewbacca, nice.
Yeah, that's a good one. You're welcome.
See, I do like
Anyway.
I do Chewie too, but also do like Optimus Prime and Yoda and
Well, yeah, your Optimus Prime
Gonzo.
is right on the money.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I just usually do that. The typical Autobots roll out, that kind of thing, right? So,
That's exactly the voice. Actually, we shouldn't say on the money. We should say he's right on the Bitcoin.
There you go.
And you're fired.
I thought I had a good meat
Wouldn't
wad
be the
until
first
Mikey
time.
spoke up about his. I was just like, I'm not even.
Oh, Mikey's meat wad is fucking unbeatable. It's as good
spot
as
on.
Ocean fucking Jordan Peterson. Like if you've heard Ocean do
That was
Jordan
terrible.
Peterson,
Like discouraged me.
or
Like I didn't even
Josh.
try afterwards. I was just like, Mike, you got this.
or Dr. Josh of Digital Hammurabi doing fucking
Ken
bovine.
Ken
Oh
Hovind.
my god.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Oh, that's cool.
He does it. He's got the fucking Hawaiian shirt on.
Perfect, right?
He
Oh, he
does
nails
so
it.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good.
Native atheist, you're here. There you go. You got your.
Joe needs more cowbell.
Gotta feel.
I
That's
heard
the
that
only
my Hank
prescription.
Hill voice
It's more
isn't too
cowbell.
bad.
More cowbell. Yeah. Yeah, but you were doing that, and then all of a sudden a song popped into my head there. As like do it again. Hit the.
I'm thinking Little Sister by Queens of the Stone Age.
Oh,
Dun-dun,
we actually
dun-dun,
covered that in my band. But that's not what popped into my head. If you do the tap, 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 right, and then it's banana. The old,
Tap, 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 tap. Yes, yes.
the old
Everybody's
fucking,
thinking of their own.
No, I
Mississippi
couldn't think of which
Queen.
one it reminded me of, but Neil was on the money. That's exactly
There we
what it
go.
was.
Okay.
Mississippi Queen. Yeah.
That,
Mississippi
when I hear cowbell, that's the first thing that comes
That's
in my head.
that's it. That's what I played in band.
I mean.
Got a scholarship for my cowbell. I did bassoon. For those of you that haven't gone to school or are going back and you need money for it, play bassoon. That is like a guaranteed scholarship.
You will always be first chair.
Yeah,
Always.
always.
You'll be the only motherfucker in the entire
That's it.
county
Nobody,
playing one.
nobody wants to do bassoon.
Everybody's curious why, because everybody that just heard that just thought, oh yeah, that's an instrument.
That's it. That's
That's
it.
why I switched to bass clarinet my
Let's just
senior
say it's
year
in
of high
demand.
school. It's
Just
like
didn't
regular
need it.
clarinet,
Yeah.
It's like you got to work for first chair. Bass clarinet. I don't got to do anything for first chair. I just got to show up.
You just got to show up. We had there was this Symphonie Fantastique that we had to play. It was by Berlioz, and the guy was, the band director's telling us, oh yeah, he was, kind of delusional, and he was in love with this person who didn't love him back, and he writes this thing, and I'm like, you didn't need to tell me that. We knew he's delusional because he wrote for 4 bassoons. Like, what are we doing? We don't do that. That's a psycho. People are like, oh yeah, he's got that weird smile. That's a psycho. No, he's a psycho if he writes for 4 bassoons. That's it.
What kind of scholarship are you talking about for playing bassoon?
It was just, I had to be part of the music program, even though I wasn't studying it at all. I was at the time studying civil engineering, but when I got a job doing AutoCAD, I hated it and wanted to tear off my skin every day. So I left and did the Marines, and then I got my degree in urban planning.
Isn't that like frying pan to fire?
Yeah, if you want to tear, this is other people tear your skin off for you. So it's,
right. Yeah, okay. So
half of one. What is it? 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
Yeah, it's an improvement. You're not self-harming, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, it's a lot of self-hate and hating your body. So that's a good time. Interesting. Speaking of self-hate and military, eating disorders are huge in the military.
Oh yeah,
because the BMI chart they use, you should be like 110 pounds at 5'6".
Yeah, but do you know why?
Ridiculous. Everybody's overweight.
But do you know why? Because it's hard to lift somebody that's 250. I gotta lift you and take you out of somewhere, plus your gear, plus my gear. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
if a muscle, it doesn't matter.
If somebody that's 150 that's had too much tequila.
Look, if I'm carrying a motherfucker, fuck his gear.
Right. What
that
are you
shit's
doing?
staying where it is. I'm taking
no,
that,
because
dude.
then you get written up for that. We don't want to get written up for that.
Yeah.
Don't need no page 11 over here. So, but that's the reason. They want you to be as wiry as possible. That's the reason. You got to be so
That's
wiry.
Not me.
Yeah, but it's like it's in the Air Force, the Navy, the Army, and the Marines, increasing the intensity of the body standards also increases the intensity or the incidence of the eating disorders. So yeah,
oh, I'm
I'm
sure.
not
sure.
I'm not surprised.
It's interesting. And then of course the Veterans Hospital doesn't know how to treat it because that's only for white cisgender teenage girls that want to look pretty for prom. Those are the people that get eating disorders.
Yeah, I wanted to.
You got a bunch of dudes puking, and they're like, yeah, whatever, so I can make weight. Oh, yes, good job. You're so dedicated and motivated. Wow, you lost 30 pounds in 30 days? Yeah. That's fantastic. I wish I was as motivated as you. That's the encouragement that's in the military.
Yeah, as somebody who went through having an eating disorder as a teenage male, I was laughed at by doctors. Did you lose your period yet? Then it's not serious, They were like, but you can't have any disorder. You're a male. It's like, but I look grey for fuck's sakes. You can see my bone structure. I'm not eating and I'm vomiting after I eat. That's not normal. And they were like, well, we don't believe it's an eating disorder. We think you might have some.
It's a testament to how
it's a gastrointestinal thing.
Yeah, we think you might have a stomach lining problem or something. It's like, no, we don't think.
Yeah, the trans community, that's also another huge eating disorder incidence as well.
Yeah, and wrestling and sports that involve weight classes.
Yes.
We have a huge problem in wrestling.
Absolutely. Bodybuilding.
And judo
Bodybuilding as well. Yeah.
You call that an eating disorder? Then damn, I got to find another way to lose this weight. I just thought for sure that'd work. I'm kidding.
Rapid cuts. Rapid cuts are bad.
It's like jockeys as well.
Somebody said judo.
Yes, jockeys.
Said
that's
judo?
another one.
I did.
Huge eating disorder. Jockeys. Yeah.
I took judo for 6 years, or 5 or 6 years, or whatever.
I cross-train judo, but I don't use a lot of it.
Berlioz was archimate. Yes, it was. I like the witches.
I come up with a diet, and it's guaranteed to work. Okay, this work for anybody. Right?
So how come you're not the next Jenny Craig?
Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm going to be, I'm going to be a star for this.
Be on Oprah.
I mean, if anybody listening to this does want it, because I had mentioned before that I lost half my body weight. I used to be just gigantic. So if you guys have any questions about that, please ask. Feel free since I'm here.
I just want to hear what
eat
JR's
right
got
and
going
go to
on.
the gym? You mean eat right and go to the gym? That always helps.
That usually helps,
Yeah.
yes. But questions like about loose skin, that was just some questions that people typically have. Yeah, you know.
So,
Yeah.
so
See,
JR,
now, this is a very easy diet to stay
Okay.
on. Mine is. Right? If you feel hungry, instead of going and eating, have sex instead.
With what energy?
And yeah, I mean sex.
No.
They
She
say
could be
15
on top.
You'll find it.
vigorous sex. They say 15 minutes of vigorous sex burns 700 calories.
That's true.
So, I mean, if you feel
That's
like having
big.
a snack, just have a quick.
Underlined, italicized, vigorous.
Yeah, vigorous. You gotta. That is subjective, right? You gotta
Yeah,
figure
well,
out like wear your Fitbit while you do it. There you go.
But is there another form of sex? Really?
I'm not too vigorous.
Trying
Right?
to do anything.
Yeah,
I don't think
you know,
there's
just
another
forget
form of
about food.
sex.
Have sex
You gotta
instead.
do something, enjoy your work.
You'll
Sex
lose weight,
diet.
and you'll enjoy it.
Just stop eating. Just
No,
stop
you
There
know,
you
Sex
go.
diet.
if you're doing it doggy style, you can still have food because you can just put it on the back and never mind.
That's true.
No,
That's
you-
also
On
yeah.
that note,
They're gonna
it's
be
So I put my
past 3 in the
pretzels.
morning.
Well, just
Yeah,
cut
yeah,
out the
yeah.
extra
Go to bed.
carbs you don't need and go to the gym. You'll be fine.
Jenna. Also, Phoebe, go to bed.
Jenna.
Oh, hi, Jenna.
Jenna.
Also, can I answer
Hey,
the
I'm
question?
going to
in the
stay
chat
now
for me?
because you want me to go to bed. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
there's
stay
a question in
now.
Yes,
chat. Go for it,
yes.
Dr. Ben.
Yes, yes.
It says, do I know the number one cause of dry skin? I hate dermatology. That's my answer to that question.
That would be fire.
Tons of
Towels.
mice. This is where I
That
wear
was
my
the
Fitbit.
answer. Thank
Just
you,
here.
Skywatcher.
Towels.
How many?
Oh.
Jenna, you did come in at the right time.
That's good. But where do you wear your Fitbit? Well, tons of mice. It just depends. What kind of party you trying to have?
You wear it with your on top of the snappy gloves. You wear the gloves and
There
then
you
put
go.
your Fitbit on top of it.
Well, no. What you
See-
do is you get the one. It's a 2-in-1. It's a cock ring and a Fitbit, and it keeps actual count that way.
that sounds
Yeah.
expensive.
That was amazing.
It's
You know,
20 features.
I knew even before I had you on the
Cockpit.
show, just by some of your general mannerisms on your show. I know you stay more professional, Miss Lemon, but I knew
That's
that you would
okay.
fit right in with the rest of us lunatics here.
I still have to have certain phrases and words I'm not allowed to say, but yes.
Oh,
that's-
we're getting
that's
into the
it.
conjunction junction thing, aren't we?
No, I mean you guys
Looking up
are.
phrases and clauses and things.
Oh my god!
Conjunction,
I just like
junction,
I
junction,
visualize that
function.
animation. That
brilliant.
animation style really upset me as a kid because like some
Really?
of the lines like weren't connected.
I know that's true
You
too.
know, I don't
True,
know. That really bothered me a lot. Like I couldn't watch it. I was like, oh, this is no. Or like with same with
Jenna.
Peanuts. Sometimes they don't connect like some of the lines, and they're very. I couldn't watch. I don't know. I realize that now, and it's just very
Yeah,
That's
and I have
weird.
all of them here on DVD somewhere. The entire Schoolhouse Rock.
terrible. Terrible.
And my favorite one was Naughty Number 9, the pool table with the little mouse is hiding from the guy playing Naughty Number 9. Yeah.
This is my
Yeah.
panic right here.
Fucking
chat-
Schoolhouse
The
Rock.
chat
I'm
was
traumatized.
interesting. Here we go. That's
Oh,
you're all
yes.
talking about the doggy style.
Oh,
That's
yes.
it. That's it.
Yes.
Neil started.
Jenna, yeah.
But I guess also, you know, if because some there was the question before we started from Phoebe about questions about Korea. So if anybody's got questions about that, you're free to
Oh, I
ask.
have one. I have
Yeah.
one. And this was actually
Please don't
my-
ask
my-
north or south. I have internet access. You can guess.
Yeah, it'd be South people. Anyway, so
Be the Republic, not the Democratic
my
People's
roommate,
Republic.
my roommate wants to know if you're a BTS fan.
No, I don't listen to K-pop. I don't listen to pop music most of the time. So I don't listen
Okay,
to
I'm gone.
No,
I'm gone.
I'm
Nope.
sorry.
K-pop is the best.
I mean, you can
My
like
roommate
it.
is a
I don't judge
huge
people for
BTS fan.
liking it, of course, but I don't know. I think it's just K-pop. Although there was you know, I
Some
think
of it's
that
alright.
a lot of the students really dig it. And they've shown me some of their music videos and stuff when they'll be like, yeah, there was supposed to be this kind of theme to it. And okay, really good stuff, you know, I think. But just the type of music, that's just not my style. That's all, you know.
Sure.
I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, pop, I never listen to it. Yeah, it just got to be some, you know, like Britney Spears. Britney Spears toxic. Okay, we can talk, you know. That's a good starting, like what is that violin going? Well, no.
Britney Spears' core is much better.
Toxic, is that what you said?
I said Britney Spears court case. Much
Okay,
better.
that's yeah. What did I hear? I was thinking about the spine. You're welcome, Dr. Ben.
Spine is just a rearrangement of another word.
They're back Legos, is what they are. That's what we figured out last time.
Wait,
If
back
you
Lego?
rearrange the letters,
I
in the
was
word
having
spine,
I
you
was
get
having a
penis.
progressively bad
You also get
migraine
snipe.
through the end of like a live stream, and when that happens, it's hard to think. And I couldn't remember the word for vertebrae, and I was like, the pieces, the back Legos.
The back Legos. It's okay. I say knee
I love
pit,
it.
like for the area
awesome.
underneath your knee, like the popliteal fossa.
Yeah, the
it's
knee
your
pit. That's it.
It's the knee
Knee
pit.
pit. Yeah.
Have you tried squid jerky, and what are your favorite Korea snacks? So I mean, I've had squid jerky. Like I grew up with cuttlefish jerky we had. So that I ate before coming to Korea, just because we are very seafood rich people. But in terms of like squid jerky here, yes, they have squid jerky with peanut butter. It's like it's good. Favorite Korean snacks? I don't know. The squid jerky with peanut butter is pretty good. There's also
Not till you rock it.
some. There's some. Yeah, it's a good time. I don't know about snacks. Oh, they have it's a type of like rice cake, sort of, but it's popped under high heat and pressure, so it has like that natural like Maillard reaction that kind of happens with that natural sugars there. So they're like slightly crispy. Those are really good, I think. But there's a lot of like Western stuff over here, or Japanese influenced stuff, and there's a lot of like obvious knockoffs, like for sure. Like there's Kit Ker instead of Kit Kat, stuff like that. It's
I've heard
it's a good time.
I've heard in Japan they have like 200 something plus flavors of Kit Kat.
Including
wasabi.
I was so I'm sorry. I love you, Korea. I love a lot of different stuff, but the flavor selection here, like they have a knockoff of Pocky, which is Pepero, and there was like 2 flavors of it when I came here. Maybe now there's 7, but if you go to Japan, there's like a bajillion. I mean, I don't understand. It's too bad. It's too bad.
My wife is Korean, and she has fed me some stuff that I don't even want to describe. But to look at it, you're like, I'm gonna eat. No, and then you bite it, and you're like, oh, that's pretty damn good.
It's really good. It's good time. I do recommend if anybody comes to Korea, intestines. There's like grilled intestines. Those are really good. I really dig them. So it's a good
She fed
time.
me an egg. She fed me an egg.
I'm sorry, I got to head off, but it was nice chatting with all of you.
On that note, okay.
All right. See you later, Randolph.
Bye, Randolph.
Miss Lemon.
I'm exiting as well.
See you later, Randolph.
Quarter
Aw,
past 3 in the morning.
Bye, Phoebe.
Okay, bye, Phoebe.
Love you both.
See you later.
See you, Phoebe. Sleep well.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's
Eating a bunch of
interesting.
noodles until you vomit, that's okay. McRib is fine, but talking about intestines, everybody goes away.
No, actually,
But they're like poop hoses.
no,
That's
they're so
okay.
good.
So's a whole body. If you really think about it,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
whole
you are a
body
poop
is
factory.
poop hose.
Yeah, but I don't eat my body, and I don't eat the bodies of things that the poop touches. Like it's a
Well,
poop factory, yes,
Do you
but
have-
I don't eat those
do you
innards
buy
out of
anything?
things.
Do you buy
But cow
anything?
tongue is delicious.
Okay, so the start of the poop factory. Oh,
Yes,
that's okay.
where they eat is fine. Grass is fine.
Lobster tail is the best part of the lobster, and the poop runs right through the middle.
Once
There
you
you
get,
go.
once you get to the base of the tongue, I'm done.
So
That's
when
it.
I was in India, because I spent a summer in India. My host family in India was Korean. So I had like double culture shock because I lived with Koreans in India. So we had like lots of Korean food. It was great.
That sounds great. And then all
Yeah.
that great street food. The Indian street food is good.
Yeah.
For sure.
So
Do I
food.
eat eggs? Or anybody?
You've never-
Yeah,
you've
do you
never
eat
ate-
eggs? Huh?
Eggs are delicious. Love
Yeah,
it.
you don't eat the
Wake up.
shells, and you can clean them off.
Really? So you can clean stuff off before you eat it, such as a poop hose.
You
Before
don't
you
lick
eat
the
it.
shell.
You don't lick the poo.
You don't
Clean
eat
it
the
out.
shell.
You don't lick the poo.
It's
you
like
clean
eating the
it.
outside around the intestines, but not eating the inside of the
You
intestines.
clean it.
How do you clean that well enough? You can't bleach it. It's food.
Surprisingly, you can put ammonia, at least in the United States, into ground beef. You can put ammonia.
That's true. They do that in Taco Bell.
There you go.
To preserve their food and clean it.
Not to preserve
Alright,
it.
when are we eating? When are we eating
ground
intestines?
beef.
I don't know what they use it for, but they literally do.
No, they put it in there for just to make sure that it's got killed off all the other stuff. Because again, the question I was going to ask is, unless you're killing your own animals and eating them, if you're buying that stuff, it's touched the poo. Okay, if you're buying a steak, it has touched the poo. So definitely, you don't lick the poo. That rule posted somewhere.
When are we eating intestines on my show?
I used to butcher animals. I know how you butcher them. If you got shit on the meat, you fucked up. That's all there is to it.
But again, it's a factory farm versus doing it yourself. My uncles never got that on the meat when we were eating pigs, but you know, it's a factory farm, man. That's the difference.
Buy local. That's your lesson, folks. Buy local. Buy your intestines local.
Kill your own animals and then
with homemade local ammonia.
That's it. Well, yes, with the homemade ammonia. Exactly.
Bought from your local retailer.
I've had Marcella Leonardo. It's very good. What's that, Jared?
Be over for a Chitlin dinner. I mean, you know.
Is anyone else having trouble hearing JR?
He's like quiet and distant.
Quite low, yeah.
Well, let me move this thing over here a little bit. Get a little closer. Is that better?
Oh yeah.
A bit. Yep.
Okay. Sorry, I was too far away, I guess. Cheap microphone. It's a microphone that's built in. I was going to have be over for a Chitlin dinner. I don't know what to serve. I don't know what, the intestines are cooked. So if there was a little bit of poo left in there, it's cooked out. Or at least it's cooked down. It's cooked poo.
That's a very fatherly approach. Do you know what I mean? I remember having like a fly on my ice cream. I was like, Dad, there's a fly, and he ate it, and he's like, it's extra protein. All right, that's it. That's the approach. If there's a little poo, it's a little poo. It's not gonna hurt you. There you go. That's from JR. If you need that framed, then I believe Neil is making merch with that. Is that right, Neil? if it's just a little poop and it's been cooked, it's okay.
Yeah, that's right.
It'll be available on spatulas.
Yeah, which you can pick up at Spatula City.
That's it. Cooked poo is much better than raw poo. That's just the facts.
Well, what about poo sushi?
Pooshy, if you will.
Pooshy, if you will. I can't believe I didn't think of that.
It's okay. See, that's why I'm the teacher. You see, the extra protein, the caviar, and look. If you said caviar with poo, you're not eating the right caviar.
After the poo was cooked,
somebody lied to you.
It's the wrong hole, man. It came out the wrong hole.
Speaking of, there's a stew here that's called like altang, and al is like fish eggs, but it also has I think it's called milt, but it's like the semen casings and like inside. It tastes like fish. It tastes like seafood. That's it. It's a good time.
Wow.
But you know what? Korean people think the same thing about tongue. They're like, why would you eat that?
Well, that's
like,
exactly.
Why don't you eat that?
That's exactly what I was just thinking. It's funny how different cultures get you set in a mindset of what you should eat, what you shouldn't eat, what's the best for you, or whatever.
2/3 of the planet eats insects.
Yes, and they're delicious.
And they are, yeah.
We should do it.
Especially giant water bugs.
The rest should do it as well. That's it. Scorpions.
They sell chocolate covered crickets everywhere now.
Oh, yeah,
you can find them almost everywhere.
Those are better than the kicker. Let me tell you. Cricker, crick cat is that's it. We can,
Crick cat.
Hey, Miss Lemon, do you know Jim Hall?
I do not.
Atheist Edge?
I do not.
Neil, you should hook her up with information. He's looking for a good speaking female voice for a project he's doing.
Oh, I'm not actually a woman. I just play one on TV.
It's off camera. Whatever. Shut the hell up. You have a good voice. I don't care what you identify as.
No, it's just the joke about.
I know.
Okay.
I don't care what you identify as. You have a great voice, and it's in the range that he would like.
Okay, absolutely. I'm happy. I've only done a very minimal voice acting work, but I had fun with it. It's a good time.
I've done quite a bit actually, and I'm doing some more for Bionic Dance.
I just did some this weekend, and I found out I fucking love doing it.
It's
Yeah,
fun.
it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's
So
great.
B, going
And
back
if you-
to the
Quick
poop
tip for
post
everybody:
thing.
if you're gonna do voice acting, you smoke pot, make sure you lube up the lips really good, so
Yeah,
smack together from the cotton mouth. That's my suggestion. Go ahead, Ben.
I don't get
So
caught.
B, speaking of the poop host thing,
We're
so
back to
when we do our next beers and bros and we do our communion with
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah.
we're gonna eat communion crackers
The
and pour
wafer
wine on
soup
it
with
and
wine,
eat it like
broth.
cereal,
Yes.
right? So how are you going to control what parts of Jesus you're eating?
Oh, it doesn't
How do you
matter. It's
know you
only the
haven't
best
eaten-
parts of Jesus and those little wafers, Ben. You should
Okay,
know
what
that.
did you poop host Jesus?
That's
What did you get
sacrilegious.
Jesus' intestines?
It's his holy hammer.
Sacrilegious?
Thank you.
Holy hammer.
What if you get his butthole? What
Nailed
if you
it.
get Jesus' butthole?
Yeah, you don't like the end of the poop shoot.
I'm sure there is no
That's it.
Jesus butthole in there. I mean, come on. Those people back then knew how to butcher too. I'm
There
sure
you
it's
go.
mostly meat with only like 10% feces. It's okay.
Is
That's
eating
it.
vegetables almost
Yes,
Well, what if
Menno.
it's Jesus sausage? Then it would
It's just-
have the intestine.
I'm not going to eat Jesus sausage. I'm not feeling it.
Just to clear this question up, I
It's
will
not
be
looks
doing,
much like a
That's the
dick.
problem. It's
I will be
it's
doing the intro for
kosher.
Thingy Redshift.
No, it has to be all beef. It can't be all Jesus.
That's
I'm not. I
it.
don't think that's the way the Jewish planned it.
I don't know. Is
Wait,
it?
whoa,
is it
whoa, whoa, whoa,
kosher?
whoa.
As long as you're not boiling him in milk at the
In
same
its
time.
mother's milk. That's right. Yes.
No, but the kid is really the baby goat. But yes.
But it's
sorry.
okay to do it to chickens. You know, you take them and you bathe them in the fluids of their young, and then you
Yum.
put some flour on it and fry that shit.
That's
It's
it.
delicious.
Yeah.
The
Now, if
fluids
you
of
figured out how to
the-
do the powdered eggs instead of the flour, then you could like triple. you know,
That's it.
triple the
Jenna.
chicken.
That's it.
There is the
Wow.
prettiest
Jenna,
lady on the
Jenna,
whole
Jenna.
She's
internet.
the most gorgeous thing I've ever seen. Wow.
what
She
do you
is. She's
think-
beautiful.
I'm
So
gone.
What do you think,
That's
Jenna,
it.
about eating
I know, right?
Jesus soup?
Would you be Jesus soup or Jesus sausage?
Not the sausage. Say no. It looks like a penis.
We
Say
know
no.
where Jenna's
You don't
hiding.
want to
they
see
don't.
that kind of a sausage. It's a wrong.
Shaped
kind.
it that way
Why
just
is that
for-
where your
on
mind
purpose.
goes, B? Oh, it's a sausage. Oh, it's a penis. Okay.
Well, because I'm
I got something-
transitioning
Terms
right
like
now,
sausage
probably.
party.
About to
I
start.
can't. I
You're
can't.
muted,
I
Jenna.
can't
Jenna,
hear
you're
you.
muted.
Jenna, you're muted.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say,
I thought you were
another
doing this
part of
thing that I
Jesus-
did with my students, where I pretend to talk when they're too loud, and so that's why they're quiet. That way, I don't have to yell at them. Hey, be quiet, because
I need you in the
My
streets
head
more
hurts.
often than Lee.
You know what I mean?
seriously.
I fixed it. It was on
Hey.
nailed it.
Silly me.
Hi, like the Romans,
Hello.
nailed it.
That's it.
B, there's just one part of Jesus you're never gonna get in one of those wafers, and they cut it off about 7 days after he was born. So
Oh yeah,
you'll never get that part.
allegedly.
It's the best part.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
What do you mean it's the best part? What are you, a
Allegedly.
rabbi?
It's nice and crispy.
It's like gum to them. Num num num. num.
No, no.
Little nibble
I
of
did not
foreskin
need
before I
that.
go to work. Pinch between the cheek and
Hey,
tongue.
hey,
Foreskin
hey,
jerky. Foreskin
hey.
jerky. Man.
That's offensive. Okay, that's not disgusting. They're not that disgusting. Okay, they don't
It's
nibble.
okay
the
to
foreskin.
eat cooked
They
shit.
just slurp the
It's not
blood off
okay
of
to-
the baby penis.
That's
That's
right.
all.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. What do you think? They're monsters.
They're just vampiric. Come on.
Yeah.
And then they give the
It was
infants
like,
things
why am
like
I here?
herpes.
Herpes,
and,
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
stuff
Come
like that.
on. Don't be rude.
Kid grows up and his penis is all deformed from all the bacteria and it healed
Jenna-
poorly and it's
Look on
bulbous and
Jenna's face right now.
distorted.
Jenna's like, what did I walk into?
I don't.
It was like
You came
I
into the
always-
chat.
I
We were
know
talking
that's
dog
the
and
Jenna
cow.
thing, and she's like, "What in the white people did I walk into?"
Oh no, I'm completely comfortable with white people. It's fine. I'm
She
not.
prefers-
It
She
doesn't.
actually, don't tell Christian, but she
am
prefers
I.
white people.
So am I. I'm
actually
a
not okay
day
with you
walker.
white
They don't notice me among them. I'm a day walker.
Christian's not okay with white people.
I'm actually not okay with white people. I think you all are a scourge on this earth.
The
You
Caucasian.
know what?
of
I
it all.
agree,
You're not even
buddy. We
wrong,
do some
though.
fucked up shit. There's days I
You're not
wake up
even
and I
wrong.
go, "Fuck, I'm still white."
There's
It's horrible.
there's a joke somewhere in here about Jenna, but I'm just gonna you know.
Come on, say.
We'll keep it where it is.
Uh-oh.
Suddenly, come on.
But no, before you say the joke, I missed you, Christian.
I continue to miss you dearly.
Aw, look at that reconnection Neil created.
Great.
Go, Neil.
Get the Fitbit ready.
Okay, where's the joke? I want the joke.
Okay, yeah, what's the joke?
Oh, how you gonna
No, I
use
was
it?
Oh,
gonna
fuck. Timing is perfect.
I am perfectly white, you know, my beard and the
Hate
light
to
up
tell you-
here above me. And
You're like fucking Santa Claus there. Don't even fool.
I was going to say Yahweh, Santa Yahweh.
Santa Yahweh? Yahweh Claus.
That's it. He'll put
It's a little bit of grunge.
Yama Claus, that's it.
Yama
That's for
Claus.
Jewish people that want to play Santa at the mall. They need their Yama Claus.
That's what I like about the face mask. In case you know, when you're done with it, you go to synagogue, you just use it as a Yama Claus.
Oh my gosh.
Vice versa. Just put a couple straps on your yarmulke, and then when you take it off, just
That's
Exactly.
it. And I would
There you go.
imagine
I
they're
don't see
pretty
the
hard to
problem.
breathe through. That's it.
The
This is perfect.
audacity.
No wonder why Israel was so
audacity in the
quick to
room.
adopt all the vacaines. They're ready.
you know. But there's different kinds of yarmulke. They're not all made out of very thick material.
First it cooks like calamari.
Oh,
Is it stretchy
no.
like it too, though?
I
Like, is it?
didn't need that image in my head. Really, I didn't.
But calamari is kind of like spongy texture.
Apparently,
I
so
would-
is penis. That's what it tastes like. It's like, no, really.
Apparently,
Well, I didn't need
But
it
the
yet. I haven't
foreskin's
tried
not
it.
the corpus
Apparently-
callosum.
Yeah, when you cook it, like as a
Yeah.
the only
dish.
valid form of evidence.
It's
is
kind of
personal
spongy.
experience.
Yeah.
Yeah,
kinda
it's
spongy.
because it's like a sponge. Yeah, no,
Christian,
that's
I think
Well,
you're
no,
so
but the
quiet,
penis
people
is-
can't
but
hear
the
you, and they just keep
foreskin-
talking right over you.
Foreskin is
It's
skin,
okay.
it's
I'm
not
used to
corpus
it.
spongiosum.
Huh?
I
can't
heard
tell-
spongiosa, and I'm used to it.
Is
No,
it?
no.
Is my mic actually super soft?
He's
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
quiet, dude.
Your mic
You're really
is fine.
hard to
you
hear.
are soft.
I
Only
was just
in
checking
his
to make sure
heart.
it was still
The rest
spongy.
of him is hard and manly.
Problem is,
My
if I
point
keep
was the
checking if
foreskin-
it's so. Never mind.
The foreskin is not made of
I heard you,
corpus
Neil. I heard you.
spongiosum, so the foreskin would
I
not be
am
spongy.
back.
The
It's
rest
like-
of the penis would
yeah.
be spongy.
Creepy. It's
That's
creepy.
true.
Man.
That's very true.
I
I
don't
think
know,
it
I
would
don't
be
have
more
one
like
anymore,
a
so I
pig
can't
skin,
tell you.
right? Fried pig skin. Just it's great for keto.
Ooh, buche.
If you use
Is this
the
any better?
the deep fry, you could make it like pork rinds too. You know, the little foreskin rinds.
Yeah, it'd be more
That's
like
what I
a
was
pork
thinking.
rind.
Yeah,
Flop it right up.
exactly.
Hmm, there
Is
you
this
go.
better?
Candy is spelled wrong. Maybe.
Candy? Ooh.
Yes.
What's that?
Yo,
What is that?
Correct them.
It's
Get
probably
on that.
pot gummies. That's why they spelled it like that.
Neil.
Probably.
Mm.
750
Oh.
milligrams.
Is this better?
What is?
This.
Whatever
It's a
that
touch
is.
more.
better. It's a touch better.
How the fuck do I turn it to fuck?
I
I
don't
don't know.
know.
Volume knob usually.
Yes.
But also, there's sometimes
Fiddle-
there's
fiddle-
a slider volume control as well, not a knob.
I'm preoccupied
Yeah.
with another
Try
knob.
the
Give me a
sliding in the knob.
Ooh.
There's lots of knobs running around. in this stream.
Nobulicious.
second. Okay, how about now?
Ooh, that's better. Oh
There
yeah.
What
you
is it,
go.
Verizon?
Yeah.
Lots of knobs creating this stream.
I feel like my gain was probably really
Am
low.
I the only person?
It was.
That could be.
Am I the only person that has ever ate penis? Because I ate penis when I was in Mexico. It was
Like-
I don't want to hear about your
Like,
holiday.
like human penis?
We don't
Yeah.
kink shame here, Jr. We don't.
That's
It
true.
was,
That's
it was,
okay.
These gummies are so strong, I'm only having half of one.
Let me get this right. It's true. So yeah.
JR, can you do any like photos for me like this? Because I feel like you would look like Enoch. Because like you were like looking up to the sky as it's like glowing down on you, and I'm like, this is perfect for that Book of Enoch series that I'm doing. Look, right? Isn't that perfection?
It's perfect.
It is, and with
That's
the
what
lighting in
happened.
there, it looks like
Hang on.
he's in a
Hang on.
1950s
Sold.
movie.
Hang on, I'm going to do something real quick here, and just hold on, Jared. Hang on 1 second here. I'm going to do something real quick here. I'm gonna put you over here. Oh, no, okay, that didn't work. Put you over here, and then I'm going to put you like this. Hang on.
What's happening?
Let's
I
go.
don't
We're
know.
going to go solo layout like this.
Oh.
Okay.
whoa.
Now you're going to do the face, and then I'm going to have tons of mice.
That's it.
quit-
Print
quit
screen.
that.
We're done. I stole your image and yours.
Boom.
There you go.
Oh,
There you go.
do it again.
Oh,
do it again.
that's
Do it again. One more
perfect.
time.
Do it again.
Screw
One more
with the
time, one more
hand.
He looked really desperate.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
We love
Yeah,
it.
there we go.
That
There you
was
go.
legit.
Oh,
Awesome.
there
Gonna
it
be
is. It's
famous.
saved. Thank you. Thank you,
You're
JR.
gonna be famous.
Let's not get carried away, JR.
Jenna,
Yes, sir. Yes.
I had a nurse out me to a patient this week.
Did you punch the nurse afterwards? Because I feel
No,
like
I
that's
literally said
appropriate.
nothing. I was so nervous and I didn't know what to do. So this nurse, I go to see this patient on the floor, and he goes into the room, and it's like, this young lady would like to see you. I'm like, oh shit, and I'm wearing my he/him pin and stuff. I'm like, I don't know how to approach an issue like that, like, because now the patient knows that I'm trans.
I told you how.
Yeah.
I tweeted it back to you.
Oh, you did?
You slapped them.
There
Oh,
it
you
is.
slap them, yeah.
Hey, Mikey.
Yeah.
By the way,
So Dr. Ben, from like
For me.
a teacherly kind of thing, you know, just like the how benign can I try to make this situation? It would just be, oh, by the way, nurse, he, him, you know, just as a reminder. That's all. And in front of the patient, don't make it a big deal, because then when you wait, then it festers in you, but not in them. And then when you bring it up, you're already pissed off. You know what I mean?
And
they
it always helps.
forgot,
It
know?
always helps to say it like a joke, like he, him. It's okay. I still screw up too. You know.
Before we
Just
continue,
blow it off.
This, Miss Lemon, is my producer, Mikey Famine, who has finally joined us.
Mikey,
AKA Childish Bambino.
And suddenly we all have names again.
Yeah,
That's
like
it.
how did you fix that?
The producer fixed it.
There's a thing in
I
the
was
settings,
looking
Neil,
everywhere.
that
I'm like,
says
where
show
the-
names,
no.
don't show names.
You don't know how to do that?
There's a thing in the
I have
settings.
no idea. Where?
Oh.
His hair's in the way.
All
Don't
the way
give
at the
him
bottom
that.
of all your
Mikey,
It's like go in the general settings or something.
Mikey,
like that.
don't tell him. Don't tell him.
It's kind of hidden.
General settings.
Hey, that's job security.
Yeah, and I
That is
appreciate
job
all you
security.
guys
That's
trying
it,
to
don't-
give up the secrets. Thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't, Mikey.
Come on,
You
guys.
heard me.
Come on.
You heard me, Mikey.
Yeah.
I did
Mikey,
not.
Stop
I'm
being
glad
all
you're-
over
Tell him
each other.
exactly.
I
Stepping
know.
all over each other.
Do you know
to
why?
get me fired.
See, Jenna,
Thanks,
this is what I
guys.
mean. The caucasity of it all.
Mikey,
caucasity.
I'm glad you came to save
Every
me from,
time.
They do that,
from these
yeah.
7
I'm
white
not going to
people
do
in
y'all's
here.
math either. I'm the wrong reason. Don't worry.
Oh, y'all
There's
outnumbered?
nothing.
Damn crackers.
See,
Jenna,
give me the general
see,
settings.
I see.
I-
I see.
you know,
Put all the peppercorn on one side. I got
Let's
it.
get over
I got
here.
it. Mhm.
Wait a
All the
minute.
peppercorn all
Where
over
did
here.
where are all the trans
Yeah.
people hanging out? I'm not anywhere near Ben. Very
But
disappointed.
Now you gotta-
You should put the
Jenna.
beard together and Ben and I
You gotta
down
play
here.
fun
There you go.
squares.
Look, if you eat
Look, all the beards,
that still
trans,
has a
cool
head on
lady.
it, we're going to go
Right,
onto
there you
one side. That's where it goes.
Jenna.
Okay.
What?
So I was worried because there's that whole thing of like when you're a med student, everyone and their mom makes a point of reminding you to like not piss off the nurses, right? Like that's a thing. They're like, don't piss off the nurses. And sometimes when people are boomers, they get mad when you correct them about your
Mhm.
pronouns, right?
Mhm.
Like it's not something that people like a lot of the time. So my fear is that if I were to say something, no matter how nice I might come
Right.
across, I'm worried that it might be taken as me being annoying
Yeah.
and that they might give me hell.
Can I ask a
And
question?
So then,
Wait a minute.
so do you still continue to have them step all over you and refer to you as something that you're not?
But he's leaving
Right.
that hospital. It doesn't matter. He'll never
Well,
see
I
that
am,
nurse again.
That's fair.
But if this were to happen at another hospital, like, because I don't want to be walked on, of course, but I
Right.
also don't want, like, if it's the wrong person, like these veteran nurses that have been around for years and years that have pull, that will make your life hell if you make them mad. Like, how do you approach that?
It's just not worth it. I think for another
Well,
week of being there, it's not worth it.
No, but B, at other places where I am there longer term.
Okay.
Mikey, go ahead.
Cleared up right off the
So-
bat, man. Just have to.
So I have to deal with similar kinds of things because I don't use my name as my name, like
Mhm.
just as an allegory here. And when people refuse to call me by that name, I hold the conversation
Whoa, leg.
and we stop. And now
Yeah,
I've said,
difference
okay,
in
let's
it.
talk about why you don't want to call me what I'm asking you to call me. Oh shit! Hold on.
And,
So the other option is sometimes
Reconnect.
we do have some situations, of course, you know, with the teachers, and you don't want to especially upsetting like the counselors and stuff. We don't want that. So having another person, like the head person or the head nurse or somebody like that, and have that person sort of mediate and just kind of explain, like, listen, you're not in trouble, but I just wanted another party to kind of go through this. But that also kind of covers you, because if that nurse gets upset and starts retaliating against you later, there's already that third person who had seen it, knows that you weren't being rude or anything, that you don't deserve that kind of behavior. And the person, even if they don't respect you as that nurse, they might fear that if they start retaliating, the higher up is going to fire them or somehow get them in trouble. So you kind of put that third person in as a mediator, just to watch your own butt as well. That's what has kind of helped sometimes when we have these kinds of issues where we have to worry about that.
Can you guys?
But also, Ben, you're not going to be
Yes.
at a Catholic
Can hear you,
hospital anymore.
It's not simply because the hospital being Catholic doesn't really matter here. It's the person. It's the boomer.
I know. I'm just saying it could have an effect on it, on the environment you're in right now.
This is an issue that happens everywhere. But the question
Oh, yeah.
is the power dynamic. How to mitigate that when literally they don't care who you are. And like the thing is with being a medical student, like people literally treat you like garbage. Everybody treats you like garbage because you're worthless to them.
Right.
So it's like the power dynamic is very unbalanced.
Right. So
that's what I'm saying. You get that higher up to kind of do that. You can't have that power, but they have the power. Use their power. You know what I mean? To kind of help you with that. And maybe even ask their advice too, like, hey, what do you think I should do? There is a nurse, don't say who, do you think I should say something? Do you know this person? You've worked with them longer than I have. You've seen other students come in, and how have they dealt with similar stuff with being, so ask their advice, since this is something that they would have dealt with.
Because Jenna's a nurse, so I want to know, like, what she would do, because she understands the power dynamic that's there.
Jenna allowed in your Discord?
Yeah, because
Jenna's already in the Discord with us.
Oh,
does the hospital have an incinerator? Tons of mice.
They got mad because I said that donating blood doesn't count as working in healthcare.
Just Sweeney Todd this.
I would suggest that if you were to make any type of correction, however gracious and polite that you would make it, it should be not in private, but make it to a point where there's enough people close by to hear the interaction, because that way you have someone that could back what they saw, and not just that one person that you're trying to interact with or correct them, try to interpret the situation totally different to a point where it affects you or them or whatever.
Exactly. Piggyback off of their authority.
So
Mikey.
what I was trying to say before my internet decided to shit on me, I forgot to plug in the Ethernet cable.
You fixed it.
I done fixed it. One thing that you're not taking into account is being in a minority, working where you're the only this of a certain group. It is not your fucking responsibility to make everyone else fucking comfortable.
That's
so
right.
if there's hell to pay, then you are doing your part as part of that group. And like I was trying to say before my internet was all shitty, I don't use my first name at work. I don't use my first name publicly at all, ever. I go by my nickname, and that's what I go by. It's on all my name tags. That's what I go by. So if they see a document and they want to call me by my birth name, I say, I don't go by that. I go by this. Well, I'm going to call you this. Well, then we're going to halt the conversation, and we're going to stand here like children until you understand that that's not okay for you to do to me. Because if your name is Sally and I want to call you Larry, and I'm just going to continually call you Larry, you'd be looking at me like I was crazy. Right. But that's what you're doing to me. So I'm going to make you stop and realize that I'm an adult and you're an adult, and you're going to talk to me the way that is proper, and all the coins. You're going to talk to me with respect, or you're just not going to talk to me. And then we can leave it like that. So if you can't figure out how to address me, just whistle your favorite song, and I'll come running, because you're clearly not able to speak with a human being.
Right.
And let them be mad.
No, wait, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good.
One thing that might help as well to maybe let them have their opinion, because first, of course their opinion is trash, of course, but people are very beholden unto their opinions and they defend them very personally, right? You can say something like, even if you don't respect me, respect the environment that we're in and treat me professionally, because that was something we had a problem with when we would have like these higher ranking Marines that were just awful. And it was like, I don't want to call this person by their rank. They don't deserve a rank. This is how trash they are. And my gunnery sergeant was like, you know what? But you got to respect the rank, not the person wearing it.
Yeah, it has nothing to do.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, that, yeah,
So
in the
it's
military,
like,
that's
if
the way it is.
you know what? Maybe you don't believe in trans people and you don't understand the gender stuff, whatever, for the sake of good, just co-workerness, just respect the hospital, respect individuals, because if you can't respect me as a student doctor, how the hell are you going to respect your patients that come in like this?
See, I got lucky when I dealt with that, Ben, because I worked with a bunch of redneck dudes. And after I worked there for about 3 months and they couldn't just fire me because I was out of the probationary period, they'd make jokes about stuff. And I would just go, dude, did you just really say that in front of me? Why'd you say that at all? And they were like, what? I figured at the least, this was my thought at the beginning. What are they going to do? Run to the boss and go, that dyke woman over there just bothered me.
Yeah,
Doesn't look very cool, does it? Kind of makes their dick shrink. So I took advantage of that, and I used their maleness against them because I knew they weren't going to say a fucking word. And when it got too far and they did say something, one of them, and I told the boss what really happened, their ass got written up and almost got fired. So, see, it all just came back around.
For sure.
You just have to, it's hard to gauge your environment sometime. I get lucky working with guys and dealing with bullshit because I can just tell them to fuck off. It's a bunch of dudes like construction and shit. And it doesn't matter.
For sure. I think one problem too, Dr. Ben, is, on the one hand, it's like, okay, you kind of feel like you have to be the good representation of kind trans people so they can have a good interaction and not hate trans people. But at the same time, you're also representing yourself. Are you comfortable with this? Or are you just playing nice because you don't want to give a negative impression of you're not the king of trans people. You don't represent them. There's no community. There's individuals that form communities, but there's no like trans community that you represent.
She doesn't know about the card and the juicer. It's okay.
I was still thinking yarmulke, and I thought Jew, sir. So that was interesting. I was like, what is he talking about?
I still don't get how people even like see me as feminine, because like think this.
No, I don't either.
And so I'm wearing scrubs and I wear a men's fit, so they're baggy as fuck.
Right.
Like I got my dinky white student coat and I'm wearing a mask. So you don't know if I have facial hair or not. You don't know anything.
Go with something like black with like a tongue sticking out and a mustache. I don't know.
I just realized that this actually would really do, because I put a yarmulke, or as they're also known, a kippa, as on the head, and they fall off all the time because they just don't sit. But this actually, you can now strap this on your ears too.
Please,
it's a yarmulke. It's a COVID mask. But wait, there's more.
Stop eating Ollie Man's gummies, please. Stop eating his gummies.
Neil,
I'm not eating his gummies.
So Neil, when you're on the go, when you're like rollerblading at the skate park, and you're
because I rollerblade all the time.
That's it.
You can just slap it on your ear straps.
You were asking the wrong question. It is not. Are you eating Ollie Man's gummies? The question is, did Ollie Man bring enough gummies for the whole class?
Yeah, right.
Got to share in Miss Lemon's class.
That's right. Yes.
I'm scared of going around Ollie Man.
There's only 5
tonight. I'm just a substitute teacher tonight.
That's it.
Check this out, Neil. I got a new beer.
What's that?
Assistant.
You're gonna love this.
Is it strawberry flavored?
What is this X beer?
It's
watermelon. I was
watermelon.
Especial a watermelon.
That looks good.
Bad.
See you later, secular guy. Have fun.
That's good.
Wait,
secular guy?
Yeah.
Bye, Nathaniel.
Oh.
Bye, Nathaniel.
Later.
I got,
are we Portland? What is that? Portland
see you later, Nathaniel.
He said, "Stay up, stay awesome, punch Nazis."
That's it.
Punch
Move. Breathe. Brian.
It's
Brainbug's with us.
Brainbug.
Remember, JR has gone to meet Yahweh. He's taken up by Michael and Ishmael and all of those angels again. That's what
Azrael.
happened. We're gonna get another book of Enoch after this. That's it.
Book
Poor
of
guy.
JR.
Book of
So
JR.
I missed the whole deconversion and most of the after party. So if we can just start over.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, that's what we're
Great.
gonna do.
We're gonna
We'll
take
get
a
out of
5-minute
here.
break and then we'll
Let
come
me play the
back.
intro music. Hold on, I got you.
Brainbug, if you want me to tell that story that you told today, briefly summarize, I will, or I'll just not say anything. I was just want to know what you want me to do out of respect.
Okay, now B, you don't fucking drop something like that and then not.
It's okay. No, it's fine. You guys don't need to
This
know.
is something that
He
that-
strategically did it. He strategically did it.
Well, he put it on his
Strategic.
channel. Well, anyways.
it's a big thing that is personal. That if it should be shared, then we need their permission to share it.
I just, there you go. He can come.
See, he
yeah,
wants
they
to
can-
come in.
Yeah.
There we
Let
go.
Brainbug in.
Following footsteps making high rarity lights worn. Really? Are you? Wow, it's
cool.
expensive, man. Especially if
I
you
don't
go
want
for
to
the
do
ultimate rares.
around the horn. What is this?
Around the horn is a question that everybody gets to answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
It is.
That's cool.
So what is tonight's actually
Oh God, I was like, please don't make me think of one that quick.
I can do I'm gonna
we
I gotta
take a
piss off for a
second?
few minutes, so I'll be
Yeah,
back.
I also have to piss off. So can we take a I'm gonna jump out. What should I just like cover this or should I
No, I can do this and you can go and you can pee. I'll do that and then I'll add you back after.
And then
he
there's
took himself
that.
out in
I love how
mid-sentence. He took himself out.
in the middle of the sentence he removed himself as if we could.
I know, I
totally
realized that as I was
And he's gone again. And there he is. And he's gone again. And there he is.
It's like, man, I should get a producer to
Mikey.
try and do
Trippy,
this.
man.
send Brian a link because he wants to come in. And we get to see
Neil?
what kind of cool bugs he's got.
Hey, Neil, already did it.
Oh,
Already
okay.
did it.
All right, I'll be back in a minute.
Trying to get paid today. Trying to get paid today. Hi, Mikey.
Hello.
How's work? Oh, Brainbug, there you are.
Brain.
There's Bree.
Oh,
Brainbug, I think you got the stream playing somewhere.
I think I do too. Hold on. Sorry.
You do.
There we go. That's much better.
Look at that baby face. All smooth.
Yeah, I'm all clean and smooth and all pretty.
I might do that. I'm getting sick. My beard's pissing me off. It won't do right.
Yeah,
Won't do
I got tired of fighting with it.
I know.
It only looks good when I wore a straw hat. So I think B will agree with me about that. I looked good in the straw hat with the beard.
Sexy as hell.
I did. And I pulled it off.
So I was like, Brainbug, you got to make me. I will pay you to make me one of those straw hats because that would look badass.
Yeah, and it's funny how
Scruff on the face.
that masculine that I could pull something off like that because I'm usually very very feminine person. That's been my day, I guess, is explaining that I'm more of a she. I'm sorry if that breaks conventions with people, but
No.
How dare
No,
you?
it does not.
How dare you? I applaud you right
especially-
now,
No.
girly.
And we especially
Say
love
it,
the
baby.
fact that you will have a B name to fit in with all the trans
Oh,
people.
no.
No, you got
Yeah,
B,
Bree and
Ben.
Ben.
This is a trend.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
It's like all atheists.
Oh,
are
because
either-
it's Plan
all,
B? I don't
all atheists
Plan
are
B.
Jen or some iteration thereof.
Don't worry, Jenny. You don't have to worry
That
about
is
Plan
a
B
B
when
name.
you're with me.
I wish
It's
I had
totally
a B
safe.
name.
All the sex you want. No condom needed.
Good. Okay.
Oh, goddamn B. Goddamn.
That's
You can't just throw out that guarantee.
Okay, I gotta tell everybody the joke. The joke, I started teasing Jenna because she always said to everybody, because there were some guys hitting on her that were of color, and she said, actually, I prefer older white men. So I
With
said to
dad
her,
bods.
well, now I'm going to transition. How you doing?
it.
Never hurts to throw it out there, man. Never hurts to
Yeah.
throw it out there.
Just make
Forcing it
people
as a
aware.
No, it's okay. I can handle a no. But then you don't have to wonder about it. You're like, nope, that was a no. Move on with your life.
So it's no longer Brian, it's Bree.
It's
I like
Bree.
Bree.
It is
Cute.
Bree.
I like Bree.
Well, Bree, this is my first time meeting you, so I don't have to change nothing.
Yeah,
Hello,
I
Bree.
just get to
There
be
you
Bree.
go. Isn't
I
that
just
the
get to be
easiest
Bree
way?
for you.
That's easy. That's it.
I'm
that's
proud of
great.
you. I'm proud of you, Bree, because it's hard
Yeah.
to do that. The first
Hell
time I did
yeah.
it, I had to like I got lumps
Yeah.
stuck in my throat a few times there.
It,
So
it was not an easy process for me either. I promise it was a lot more traumatic than I'm letting on now. It's been a long way to coming back around to being like, okay, I'm gonna have to do this. That's what it came down to, was that you
I
can't
get
keep
it.
doing this anymore.
I get it.
Yeah.
Be you.
It sucks. It sucks
Good.
not living your true self.
Right. Right.
And that's one of the reasons I love YouTube, because I could be my true self and I never have to worry about repercussions because
You know-
everybody here is accepting.
If you guys maybe want to hear something maybe positive, okay? So I do ask students like a questionnaire when we start the school year and stuff, and I ask their pronouns and stuff. Some of the students, they are comfortable saying, yeah, I use they, them, or, I'm trying out he, him. Can you just see how that works and stuff? And the fact that they feel comfortable
It's because you
saying
asked.
that, it's because
That's all you have to do.
Right. It's because of everybody else that came before them, and so just think about that, it's not something to, in maybe later on, it's not going to be something to come out. It's just like, okay, like you go by a nickname when you go as a teenager. Oh, well, I'm kind of experimenting with this nickname or something. Oh, we all just accept that, and
It's
now
actually-
it's like, hey, I want to, I'm actually identify this way, and okay, that's fine, not a big deal. It's not going to be as, weird or whatever people perceive it as.
It was actually the way that my 13-year-old daughter, one of her friends, is trans, and the way that the school handled their transness that kind of inspired the way that I was going to pursue this, to make it like, okay, so this is just a thing. This is just a thing. It's not not all of who I am. This is just one part of how I want to express myself, and there's much more to me than this. And people who know me, nothing's going to change at all, because I've always been this person with you, if we were close enough to have that in the first place. So
Absolutely. My aunt is trans, and she was into bodybuilding. She was she was also a veteran. Half the trans people I know are veterans. Military is a giant closet, if anybody didn't know. And I was like, okay, what's that gonna do, like, for her bodybuilding? Because she did so much work for it and stuff. Nothing. She didn't change a damn thing. She just went about being her. That was it. That was the only thing that changed, was just like, hey, I'm going to have, this type of clothing if I feel like it, whatever. Still working construction, still doing bodybuilding, and just going by she and just a name that was more comfortable for her. That's it. And I was just like, this is great. This isn't any kind of thing that I ever saw. It's always like, oh, I have to try to present a certain way. And she's just like, I don't care. Whatever. This is me. I'm into bodybuilding. I love doing whatever. And if you feel like presenting a certain way, that's your thing. But don't have to. And I really like that.
That's one thing I do feel really sad about for my trans women, is that when they transition, they have to assume and assimilate to the idea of what femininity looks like.
Yeah.
Like you have to wear a dress, or you have to, wear makeup, or you have to, do all the things that what would other people see as a woman. Like,
Right.
Okay, out in the world, depending on how they want to present themselves, then that's perfectly fine and dandy. But with most I won't say with most, I'd say a certain percentage of trans women don't necessarily have to conform to that. I hate wearing skirts. I think I look horrible in skirts. I like dresses, but I hate skirts.
everybody
And
always
everything
talks
else-
about either being a child or being someone dating too. I'm not interested in dating, and I'm not a child, so I just want to exist as me and be who I am, express myself the way that I feel like doing so. And I'm sorry if that makes you uncomfortable. Not anybody here, but
No, you're not
just in
sorry.
general.
If you're going to
Yeah.
be uncomfortable, you deal with that, because this has nothing to do with them.
Like I always say, if you
That's
don't
what I was
like,
gonna say. I was gonna say sorry, but that sounds like a you problem. Is what I was gonna say. But I didn't want it to sound like I was saying that to anybody on the panel.
Oh, well, I
Steven-
don't want to call you
Steven.
Bree. Well, that sounds like a personal problem, doesn't
that's
it?
right.
Yeah.
That's
Who
right.
cares?
Can I say something? Can I
And
say
then if they
something?
still act that way,
Yes,
Bree,
sir.
call me. I'm gonna break them in half.
Mr. JR, go ahead.
Stilettos. They won't like it.
I would say, I'm 60. I'll be
That's
61 in a few weeks.
Woo!
Like
Congratulations.
September 5th.
You are old.
You know, I
That is
You
I'm
that
on
old.
my, you know,
Respect your elders, man. Where's the flip flop?
No,
I mean, I've been a male all my life, and I'm thinking, I'm almost 61 years old. I'm going to be what I am, so I'm going to try out a new pronoun, and it's it, because I don't feel male and I don't feel female. I'm too old for that, so I'm just it.
Exactly. The same
So
thing,
I'm going to do what I
JR.
want to do.
Yeah.
That's it. The same thing. And people say, well, you dress so feminine. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry you don't understand fashion, but I just dress the way that I feel like. You know what I
Right.
mean? Exactly.
You know,
sorry,
it's like
sorry, you're just so basic, but that's not my
it's like I always say: if somebody doesn't like
Babe.
trans or gay people, don't marry a gay or a trans. That's all. So
Yeah.
marry one.
But and then don't
Yes,
have
no.
kids.
We probably wouldn't want to marry you anyway, so it's
I was
cool.
about to. That's
Yeah.
one thing that a lot of like cis guys are like, man, they better not be trying to get. I was like, they don't want you. Your grooming is bad. You
Yeah.
don't dress
I
well.
don't
You have
want
nothing to
people
hold in
that
a
are
conversation.
bigots.
You're not
I don't like
attractive to
Right.
them.
Right.
And if
Bigotry
you,
is
yeah,
ugly.
if you have these shitty opinions about trans people, you probably have shitty opinions about gay people, maybe some shitty opinions about different ethnic groups. I don't even want to. I don't even want to dive into it after I know that that you marginalize one group. You're not attractive to me anymore. Of course, again,
Right.
like I said, I'm not interested in dating anybody anyway. I'm happily married, but just in general.
Ladies and gentlemen, purple. I'm just
Getting ready to rumble.
Purple.
This is a trans takeover tonight.
Purple.
isn't it?
Yeah,
Hello.
it is.
Am I
Hi,
gonna see your
Purple.
face? I'm excited.
I've been listening the whole time. I just
There we go.
Oh, I
busy
knew
with
you were, girl.
things
I
around
knew
the
you were.
house and making dinner.
The trans takeover.
Good. Was the dinner Jesus sausage? Because we've heard about this.
Oh, who we lose?
There for a second, we had a trans line going, but Christian disappeared.
Well, I also
Okay,
saw
there we
that Neil was
He's sticky
missing, and
cool.
if we got 10 people in here, he couldn't come back, so I figured I had to take the space.
Gotcha. That's it.
No Jesus sausage.
Christian, I'm
God.
gonna text you. God damn it.
That's it.
Yeah, that's the lesson for tonight. No Jesus sausage. That's a fact.
Yeah, I
would-
missed the
I
Jesus
would-
sausage thing.
Don't know the reference.
I would still eat it. I'm sorry.
I mean, I want some.
Yeah.
Jenna,
I try.
no.
I hear
I
we
feel
taste
really
like sweet pork. I tried.
A little game.
No Jesus sausage for Jenna. We no.
I've had the
Yeah.
bits of Jesus they serve at the Catholic Church.
Y'all are rude.
It's just
Okay.
dry and bland.
The Jesus they serve at the Catholic Church is really dry.
Unseasoned.
Oh yeah, no, we're gonna be
And
eating
bland.
Jesus soup on my stream next week. I gotta order my communion crackers so we can do that.
And now it is time for Round the Horn.
Oh,
Yeah, that's always watching. Okay.
ooh,
Oh my
What
god,
are
that's a
the-
hard
this
question.
is actually a good question.
All right. Guess.
What if I just have one?
The
Guess
number's 3.
Jeebus Creebus Flippin' Bleebus. The guest of honor, Miss Lemon, you get to go first, and then we will work in a clockwise circle around me, so I go last.
Okay. I'm gonna say the 3 movies that I will rewatch: Donnie Darko, Constantine, and Super Troopers.
Oh, my
Yeah.
best friend. Hello, best friend.
Exactly. Super
Into the-
Troopers. I think it's hilarious. I think it. I mean, they've
Been nice.
Broken Lizards tried to do some other stuff. I don't know. I think that was just solid. Donnie Darko. That one's interesting. And
Why do
I've
you wear
watched
that
it with the
stupid
direct-
man suit?
Right. I think I've seen it with the director's cut. It was a little helpful, but I don't know. I saw the original in theaters, so it just I don't know. That's weird to see the director's cut. And Constantine, it's I don't think
Badass.
the acting is the best, but I still love it. I will watch it all the time. I guess a special mention, Event Horizon. Yeah.
That's really not going to help. Keanu is awesome. All right,
He's
Jenna.
so good at that.
I'm next.
Mm-hmm.
Clockwise
Can
means.
Can we go
clockwise
counterclockwise?
No, we can't.
It's because the Coriolis effect.
You
Yes.
moved me up here on purpose.
Fine. We're staying clockwise, but we can move you down a little bit.
Oh, you're gonna put me on the spot?
Here, wait. Fine. This is see, you give one, you give them an inch.
No,
you can't
Shut up,
do that.
Molly.
I got
Shut up,
two.
Molly.
that.
Rub some dirt on it. Be a man.
I got two right now. I'm thinking the MASH movie because it's just a classic.
Jim Carrey?
What?
Not
Carrey?
Mash.
not
Mash.
mass.
Mash.
Not MASH.
Mobile
MASH.
Army Surgical Hospital. MASH.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Thank you.
And
I
the
thought we
ori-
had
not the
Southern
TV series, but the actual movie.
I was like, Jim Carrey saying, "Somebody has stopped me." That's on your list.
No. Star Wars, just because Star Wars.
Which one?
Star
you get
Wars,
3
1977.
movies. Okay,
seen it
okay.
live.
Episode
Star Wars.
4.
Gotcha.
So,
Star Wars 6.
all right, and
4.
I'm gonna have to say the second Lord of the Rings movie, The Two Towers.
I love that one.
Was good.
It's a good time.
That's when you get to
So-
see the ends.
Yes.
Okay, JR, 3 movies. Hit it.
I'm going to say the very first Star Trek movie, Star Trek: The Motion Picture.
Okay.
You got
It's
us 3 in.
classic. It's just a classic. And then I want to say this, and just because it's a hell of a comedy, and that's both. I mean, it was a hell of. I mean, I don't think it could do it today, but when it came out, it was a hell of a classic. I mean, it still is.
What is
was
it?
Only other
Was it
movie-
Blues Brothers? Is that what
Huh?
you said?
No, the Blazing Saddles.
Oh, Blazing
Blazing
Saddles. Oh, hell
Saddles.
yeah, Blazing Saddles.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where the white women at?
Where the white women at? But so we got Star Trek, and then we got Blazing Saddles, which is fantastic. And there's 2 that are really close that I'd like to see that I actually just watched on the Andromeda the other day. I don't know if you've seen that movie, but I would.
You're breaking up real bad. Give us the title one more time.
The Andromeda Strain.
Andromeda.
Strain.
Yeah, Andromeda
Yep.
Strain. Yeah.
Everybody gets in there and goes, because we all leaned in so we could hear him
Yep.
better.
That's what you do.
Yeah, even
No,
though
that
we're
was
all
just
wearing
you, Mikey.
headsets.
I want
You do.
to make a mention of the Fantastic Voyage.
Okay.
Yep.
They have this, and they string them down and they shoot them inside because the special effects in that movie were fantastic. But it's age. I mean, when it was made, the effects were great. So.
Thank you, JR.
Well, you know,
Bree?
that's what the vaccines are all about. Now they got secret agents inside of all of us.
Oh, jeez.
Legit.
The invasion
Threatened
of the
me with a good
vaccine
time.
snatchers.
Oh, I got my answers. I'm gonna say Jurassic Park.
Good.
The original?
Yeah, the very first one.
The
There you
OG.
go.
The one that
The
made the
OG.
big impact
Big
on
flag,
the
yeah.
the way that dinosaurs were perceived in pop culture as a whole. And then this next one is probably maybe just is a personal favorite, but Evil Dead 2.
Yes.
Just for practical film effects alone, it's amazing. It's hilarious. It's scary. It's a thriller. It's a comedy. It's yeah. But and then the last one I'm gonna have to put Jaws on there because
Good movies.
kind of the same thing for Jurassic Park, and I guess the same director too. So I guess
Nice. Ernest Goes to Camp. says someone.
Oh my god, I remember that.
I liked Ernest Scared Stupid better, but I like horror stuff. So
Ernest, I was a little
like
afraid
the-
of Ernest because he was
yeah.
like be hurting himself, and then like he didn't act like he was being hurt. So I was like, "Are you a Roadrunner guy? But you're a real person. He just got electrocuted. We should keep an eye on him. I don't want him near me.
He's a Roadrunner guy. I like that.
Can you just
so
get your
is-
ass beat all the time?"
And speaking of Evil Dead 2, he's a Roadrunner guy too. Ash from Evil
Yeah.
Dead 2, another Roadrunner guy.
Good point.
He
Here
is.
comes the boomstick.
I got to say though, Jaws was on my short list as well, Bree. That was
Yeah.
on my short list. I was thinking that could be one of them, but no.
Yeah,
right.
what they did with just minimal accuracy in the anything, just glimpses throughout the whole film, it was really good.
All right, Jenna. Have you had enough time?
Yes, sir.
Golly. Or do you want me to go counterclockwise now?
No, I got it now. Okay.
All right, go ahead, Ben.
Per my fake internet husband, Cloverfield.
Okay.
'Cause I had to say it.
It's a good
He
sound.
told me to. I couldn't realistically think of a third one, but I do have solid two. Stranger Than Fiction and
Yep.
Shallow Hal.
Shallow Hal was amazing.
Shallow Hal's amazing.
I don't think I saw either.
What a
one of
lesson
those.
in that, right? And funny as hell too.
Touch me here. No, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like I would say like my top 3 favorite movie. It's up there for me. Shallow Hal.
All right, student Dr. Benjamin.
All right. So, 2 of these movies are Bollywood films because I watch movies in Hindi. So, number 1 is 3 Idiots. If you have not watched it, I strongly recommend it. It is in Hindi. Watch it with subtitles, but it basically covers the educational system and how like it's absolute shit, and especially in India and like the pressures of academia and how like it just causes more problems than it solves. It's just such a well done movie, I think. So like go watch it. After that is another Hindi film called Dangal, and it's a wrestling movie, but it's a real story of 2 Olympians from the Rio Olympics. They're female wrestlers and like their journey through wrestling, especially in India where like women weren't allowed to wrestle and that kind of stuff. So that's a really good movie as well. And then of course I have to include one of my favorite animated movies, The Emperor's New Groove, has to go on this list.
What? That was pretty
that movie's
sweet.
just
Didn't
fantastic.
expect that one.
I snatched you out of the air. David Spade's best work was the llama. Poor David Spade. All right, B, hit us with your top 3.
All right. Well, 2 of them are Tom Hanks movies, so I'm warning you right now.
Toy Story.
I love Forrest Gump because the poke at history and the soundtrack is amazing.
Yeah, Forrest Gump
It
was
is
on my
the
short list,
best music from that. What I think it was based on it's like 6-year period or something. Anyways, the second one is Cloud Atlas. And most people have never seen Cloud
too. Yeah,
Atlas.
I've seen it.
It is amazing. And the reason I like it is this. Well, I don't know if I should I give the spoiler of why I love it so much?
No.
Don't give spoilers. No.
Spoilers.
If you
Whisper it in my ear.
haven't watched it, don't listen right now.
That's not how that works.
Mute.
Well, then
No, that's not how that works.
just type
No.
it in the talk about it
Yeah,
in
but the people in the panel will.
If a
No,
movie is
you-
more than a year old, then you're not giving spoilers for
Fair.
it.
Thank you.
Okay,
Fair.
fine. The reason I love that movie so much
I'm
is
not
because the
watching it if you
world
say that.
falls apart and they're all worshiping this idol, and it turns out to be a false idol.
Yep. Thank you.
Great
for ruining
movie.
that.
I'll watch it.
That's like ruining Fight Club.
And
I don't mind
and in that movie, Tom
Hanks.
Hanks and Halle Berry each play like 12 or 15 different characters.
Oh,
Legit.
interesting.
It is a really good movie. It is amazing. Tom Hanks goes from a slimy doctor who's just money grubbing to, anyways, it's just an amazing movie. They do so many characters in it. Okay, so that's one. I mean, that's two. The third one I'm going to have to say is History of the World Part 1. Since we're all doing one comedy,
We're all doing
I love to get high as fuck and watch that movie, along with, I would have said Blazing Saddles, but JR beat me to it. There's nothing. It's just good shit. It doesn't matter. Oh, and if I had 4, I'd say Monty Python's Holy Grail.
No, you don't get 4. The rules were simple, B.
Yeah, you have to do what I didn't say. Honorable
Hey,
mention.
I get an extra one. You can't say anything. I'm trans. No, I'm kidding.
That's the
I
rule.
just
You
wanted
have
to try to throw the card on the table.
Show your card. You have to show the card, B.
Okay.
Throw the card on the table, see what it felt like. I don't like it. Never mind.
No. So Bree
I have a
followed the
lemon. I
rules.
can use.
And follow the rules. And I'm sure Purple's going to follow the rules, so fuck that.
I didn't
Shut
follow
up,
the rules.
everybody
I chose
else.
2. I chose 2 and let my internet husband choose the third. So.
Rock the Dwayne Johnson. I love that.
I got lazy.
Rock
People
the
say
Dwayne
that.
Johnson.
I love it when they say that.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right,
Life of Brian is good, too.
3 movies. If you
Well,
please.
yeah, Monty Python and the Holy Grail should have been one of them, but somebody ruined it.
No, it's fine. I didn't say it.
There you go. You took
But
one
I'll-
and you took
I'll-
one of Purple's.
No, I'll swap
Greedy.
in. I'll swap in the next one on that line. Would be I'm surprised no one mentioned Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Oh, geez.
Solid.
That's
Solid.
It's
So
my
great.
favorite.
Yeah.
Y'all
And,
seen the new one? Sorry.
No.
And honestly, for most movies, I don't really care about, production values or any of that kind of stuff. For me, it's just all about the characters. So it's like, if it's got characters I can identify with. So one of them I always loved growing up was Kelly's Heroes.
Yep.
I was mentioned in the chat.
Yep. Oh, I didn't see that. And the other one is a severely underrated animated movie, The Last Unicorn.
Hmm.
And there are some people who seem to absolutely hate it. And it's like, yeah, okay, for the time it was made, the animation's rather cheap, but the story is great.
Was that 2 or 3?
I like it.
Stop it.
Well, that was like 3.5.
Okay.
Also, hi, sweet.
Hello, Mr. What does it say now?
My
A wild
favorite
Swede.
Irish
A
Swede.
wild Swede appears in its natural habitat.
I'm surprised
I
when
like
Ellie
your-
mentioned Fight Club that no one picked Fight Club. Fight Club.
I didn't get to go yet. Come on, Bree.
You're not allowed to talk about it.
Oh, you're right about that too. I'm all over the place. What a day!
You're breaking the first 2 rules.
That's it.
All right, Sweet, go ahead before anyone else ruins.
What's the question? I popped in at the.
It's on the bottom.
It's on the bottom.
What
favorite movies you'd recommend.
you'd recommend? Requiem of a Dream.
Oh.
Okay.
That was good.
Um,
That was a trip, though.
It is, but it's also a pretty good look into drug culture.
I felt like I was high watching it.
Yeah.
Probably were, Mikey.
Stop it.
Yeah. 7.
Oh, I love that.
That's not bad. It's a good movie.
Brad Pitt
I
and
forgot about that one. Yeah.
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan
and
Freeman,
Spacey, before he was a
Spacey.
problem. Well, I guess
Before-
before we knew he was a problem.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go with a very, very little known one, Pi.
Great movie.
Oh,
The Life of Pi?
yes.
You mean The Life of Pi?
No,
No.
Pi.
Oh,
Pi,
sorry.
as in the black and white film
Yeah.
about
I
a
don't
super
know.
mathematical genius who, at the very end, does something
Amazing.
presents a philosophical argument for ignorance being bliss.
Yes.
And that's what I'm going to leave it at because I don't
That's
want
great.
to. I don't want to spoil the end of what he does.
Wow, how decent of you. Way to think
But
about it.
I would definitely watch Pi. It's
Yes.
the mathematical symbol. It is one of the
Yeah.
best thinking
How do I type
person's
that?
movies ever.
It's so good. It's
Hardest,
so good.
hardest movie to search because you have to find that character.
Yeah.
So
That's the only
good.
way you can search it.
And it's black and white and it's
Mhm.
very you can tell it was low budget.
Yeah, very art house kind of look to it. Yeah.
Okay,
It's
my
nuts.
turn. My turn. Fight Club, which someone who will remain nameless spoiled for me.
Well, at least you don't name
It was
names.
Brie.
Also is Pan's Labyrinth.
Yes.
Good movie, yeah.
Which is one of my all-time favorites, and I think
Yes.
everybody should. If you really want to get into the brain of Guillermo del Toro and why he's the best director, that will tell you why.
We use
And
clips of it for history class.
yes, for the Franco-Spanish War.
Yes.
Yes. And then it's not newer, but Old Boy. It's a Korean film.
Mm.
It
Yeah.
is. I would say watch it. It is fucked from fucking Jump Street. It is fucked. And as soon as you think you know why it's fucked, it's even more fucked. It is just crazy. It is an insane. I don't even know how I ran across it, but it is intense.
Park
I don't
Chan-wook, the director, that's the stuff he makes. It's so
Yeah.
good. If you liked it, I would recommend Thirst is the English name for it. Pakji is the Korean name, which means bat. It's about a it's not a spoiler because it happens right at the beginning. A Catholic priest accidentally becomes a vampire. And then it's just
That happens.
a wild ride from there.
Does happen.
It's
That
nuts.
happens from
Oh,
time to
come on.
time.
How did he not
That
have a
sounds like
cross on him?
Velocipaster.
Velocipaster. Ah, that's a
That's
a B movie masterpiece.
Who let
right
Neil
there.
back in?
You give it a
Mikey.
B?
What do you mean?
Three movies you'd recommend, Neil.
Yeah.
Say what? What? Say what?
Three movies you would recommend.
Oh,
Accidental vampire. Yes, exactly. Doorknob head. Oh.
Geez, I don't know.
Didn't get a chance to think. He's just
Well-
like,
Yeah,
oh
Mikey.
man, Cheech
Well, he
and
didn't hear
Chong,
anybody's
how-
answers either. Oh,
That's right.
I was about to give an honorable mention to Up in Smoke, but yeah.
Yeah.
Up in Smoke is good.
Well,
Just
technically,
because of how much it
you
made
gave
me
the
laugh.
honorable mention.
Did anybody
I-
mention
you
any of the
just
Monty
gave it on
Python
mention.
movies?
Yeah.
Holy Grail was
Literally.
mentioned.
Holy
Okay.
Grail.
Like Holy Grail. Oh yeah, fuck yeah, for sure.
Well, yeah.
I would say Enemy Mine. It's a great,
Great
Oh,
Great
yeah, that was
movie, yes.
excellent.
great
We
view
also
on
gave
like
Mel Brooks some props.
Yeah.
As we're
oh,
going
Mel
through.
Brooks. Yeah. Spaceballs.
Oh,
Yeah,
Spaceballs
but we
didn't come up
yeah.
yet. Yeah, yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We talked about Blazing
Ludicrous
Saddles.
Speed.
History of the World Part 1.
What is it, Neil?
Huh?
What was the
Well,
other one
no,
you said?
I said Ludicrous Speed from Spaceballs.
Oh, yeah.
Mikey approved.
Mikey approved. Good.
Really? You gotta make a bear of that.
I have a soft spot for Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, too.
I was wondering if somebody
Not
was going
bad.
to say that.
Not bad.
Yeah.
So how many did I mention? One so far, right? Well,
Two,
yeah.
right?
technically
Yes,
Holy
sir.
Grail, I think is
Wow.
a good one. But
Andrew, I love you.
oh, Dark City.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
City.
Yeah.
Dark
That was
City.
a weird one for oh my gosh, what's that actor's name? The
Kiefer
big guy,
Sutherland's
Mr.
in
One.
it.
What was his name?
Kiefer
Oh,
Sutherland's in it.
Not Kiefer Sutherland. The
The
he's-
guy that actually they don't.
the guy that played Hellboy.
Played
shit.
Hellboy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Ron
Ron,
Perlman.
you're talking about Ron.
Perlman. I kept thinking
That's
Ron
it.
Swanson. I'm like, that's wrong.
Thank you,
Yeah, he
Mikey.
played
Ron
Mr.
Perlman.
One, and I'm like, what a
Ron
weird,
Swanson.
what a
It's kind of
weird
a big deal.
character. I love Ron Swanson. I embody a lot of that. I mean, if you've worked
He
for
made
like,
that
South-
show.
I believe it. Yeah, that's. I mean, he's the only one that needs to be there. I would just watch him. That's it.
Watch me bacon.
Lots of love in the chat. It's a good time.
A lot of big names in that one, actually.
Huh.
Dark City was a good mind trip into what makes you you.
Yep.
Who else was in that? Jennifer Connelly.
I should watch
and-
that.
Yeah, a lot of people were in that.
William Hurt, Richard O'Brien, Kiefer Sutherland, Ian Richardson.
I think I might watch that today. That sounds like a good one to watch. If
need
we
to
are
rewatch
just
Stranger Than
adding
Fiction.
honorable mentions on top of honorable mentions, Edward Scissorhands. I really liked it.
Yeah.
I really liked it. When I was watching that, like growing up, like I felt I don't know. It's like, oh, this really makes sense to me because I kind of felt like that darkness in the, like I was the black sheep kind of thing. I really like that.
Has everybody here seen Idiocracy?
Oh my God! If you
Yeah.
haven't, shame on you if you live in America and you haven't seen that.
Yeah, if you got through the Trump presidency without seeing that,
I
you
wanna
gotta
see
go back and watch it.
Right.
I mean, they just lived it.
And then
We lived it, yes.
Well,
And
if you're
then
gonna bring up
Roman.
Edward Scissorhands, and you got to bring up what's eating Gilbert Grape.
Yes.
Oh God,
Leonardo
yeah.
DiCaprio, I still think he did amazing in that role.
He was amazing
He
for a
was-
kid that age to play a child with disabilities.
Yeah.
Like that's not easy to do that.
Oh
Not
my
everybody can
goodness.
pull that off. He did. He was
right,
amazing.
because without making it offensive. You know what I mean?
Right. Yes.
He
Exactly.
just like that's it. That's
It's kind of like Rain Man. Not everybody can play those parts.
I don't think
was-
Ron
Yeah,
Perlman was in
definitely
Dark
can.
City. Ron Perlman's not coming in as a cast member of Dark City.
Then what am I thinking?
City of Lost Children, maybe?
That's what I'm thinking. Thank you. I don't know. They're both dark, filthy, and city titles.
Dark and filthy.
What about
I like it.
Halloween?
Sin City was
no one
Mickey
said
Rourke.
Halloween either.
Another one I got to mention, The Crow.
The Crow.
Yeah,
Oh,
The Crow.
That was a good one.
wow, that was a good
The
one.
Craft.
A lot of dark
Yeah.
shit in that
Craft,
movie.
yeah, yeah.
I love
Oh
The
yeah.
Craft. That's a good song.
I was right into witchcraft at the time too.
I'm
There you
thinking Miss
go.
Lemon must be
Yeah.
around my age because she's naming all the stuff that was big when I was a teenager. The stuff that we go to the theaters and see. The Craft. I remember going. That was one of the earlier
Are you
movies. I went to.
are you saying that I wasn't going to the theaters and seeing those either?
No, I'm saying that you might be around the same age as me.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you said you're showing your age. Because I've
No,
seen
no.
some of my students, they're like into Mars Attacks, and I'm like,
How do you know
how?
that?
How did you how?
Because of the internet.
Yeah,
Miss
it's-
Lemon, the internet.
That's why.
That's
I
Tim
don't
Burton.
understand if they're like, oh, I saw Silence of the Lambs. Okay, you get that. Oh, I've seen Jurassic Park. Sure, these were big movies. Mars Attacks was kind of a sleeper. That's like, oh, I really like
Yeah.
Pitch Black. You
Kinda
know,
was. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good.
Man, Chronicles of
What
Riddick. Oh, I should have said that.
I think I like Pitch Black better than Chronicles of Riddick, but yeah.
What about movies like Patch Adams? That was a good one.
Oh
The
man,
funky one.
there's no such thing as a bad
I
Robin
was-
Williams anything.
There
Everything
was
he
that
did,
dark
he did
one.
great.
What was it? 1 Hour Photo. Do you
1
remember
hour
that one?
photo. That was
Yeah.
That was
creepy.
creepy.
Insomnia.
That was creepy.
There's sleeper
Insomnia
horror
was
movies.
really
Y'all
good
ever seen
too,
The
yeah.
Descent? The Descent is a
Yes.
good
It
good
just-
movie.
Sometimes
so
I
sucked.
take issue. Yeah. No, I take issue with when comedians try to do dark films, but Robin Williams got away with it with me.
He really
Adam Sandler, he tanks it all the time.
Well,
Yeah.
it's so
It's
sucked
too
that they kept
goofy.
making
Adam
Very
Sandler
Robin
was really
Williams
good in Punch
movies as
Drunk Love.
comedies.
Yeah, he
What?
was really good in Punch Drunk
Punch Drunk Love
Love.
was
You know, they-
okay.
Yeah,
They never gave him a chance to really show that he could be a serious actor.
that's true.
Is-
Yeah, it's true.
Fair.
Is
Speaking of, what was
anybody
it? The number 23 for Jim Carrey? Was that the name
Yeah.
of it?
23, 27, something like that.
I
Went
just
through the
felt
hotel
very
room.
uncomfortable when he was very like that scene where he's very sexy. I was just like, I don't know. This is like watching like my uncle be sexy. You know what I mean? It's just like
Ugh.
this.
Quit
Just
it,
makes
Uncle
me
Jim. You're
feel
steering
get
like,
that a lot.
oh, I feel like I shouldn't be like this is we're watching something and oops, somebody had recorded something over this VHS. Oh dear, how did this happen? Okay, back to the movie. Like, I don't know. I just feel very out of place. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is anybody surprised that there wasn't a single Bond movie that made anybody's list?
Oh, that's interesting. That's
No,
true.
because Bond is Bond.
Bond is Bond.
James
Yeah.
Bond.
Yeah.
Bond.
Please tell me somebody mentioned the original
I
Star
was
Wars.
happy to see that there's some
Somebody
Star
did
Wars
mention
and
the
Lord of the
Star
Rings
Wars,
stuff
yes.
on there. Yeah.
I think Empire deserves to be on everybody's list.
Yeah, you got to see Empire, but you got to start with Star Wars.
I got to say that other people's picks before mine shaped my list, though. So I did have,
true.
I would have had Star Wars and Lord of the Rings stuff on there, but it already been, they'd already been mentioned.
I'm gonna,
Yeah,
I'm
it was
gonna
already
add
snagged.
Denis Villeneuve's Dune onto this just without even seeing it because it's got to be epic.
I do have a question.
I
If
don't
you
know.
watch
They
the
fucked it up
movie
twice now.
and then something happened and between the time you watched it again that totally changed how you interpreted the movie, because I was just thinking of American Beauty.
Mhm.
And after that stuff happened with Kevin Spacey, it was like watching it again. It's like, oh, this is hard to watch, but it's a really good movie.
That's kind of funny because I remember watching it too after hearing about the whole Kevin Spacey stuff, and I was like,
Oh, say if you watched it when it came out, and then you watched it again, and then
But
you
it
watched
is
it again after the stuff with Kevin Spacey, the maturity level that we may have gone through from then to now may have changed, and the way that we perceive the world and the people around us may have changed as well, because it comes across. It does come across really a lot creepier now as I'm an adult with teenage children. Seeing the story that unfolds there.
Absolutely. Another one that changed, not a movie but a book, was Catch-22. Reading it as a teenager is like, oh, this is funny. Then as a veteran, it's like, was this guy in the military? Because a lot of this is very like, well, it's too on the nose. It seems like all the nonsense that's in that book. It's like it's reality. It's so ridiculous. Someone's recommending Young Frankenstein.
Good choice.
Yeah. I want to say I've got to get out of here. I took my medicine earlier and it started to kick in. So before I pass out,
gotta live in the mist.
I want to say
my medicine too.
Miss Lemon, it was nice meeting you. Maybe we'll meet again. And Neil,
absolutely.
Thank you as always for being
always a pleasure, my friend. Glad you made it into.
And one of these days, I've got to go with Dr. Ben into the sauna. That's all I got to say. Me and Dr. Ben in the sauna.
Can I
We'll
join?
go find Phoebe. We'll go
That's
go raid
it.
her sauna.
Yeah.
I have my sauna picture.
Ben, your sauna's full of women.
Yeah, here's my sauna. My sauna.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, buddy.
I
Appreciate
don't like
you.
their sauna. It's too many white girls.
Sometimes I just make Ben big screen on my live and ask him to move.
Is this better?
The morgue is better. I appreciate the morgue.
That's good.
Bye, JR.
The morgue is better than white people. Okay. Got it.
You could be back in here now, Mikey. Yeah.
Why didn't they ever give? Why didn't anybody give us a picture of that with like a bunch of like Hispanic and black chicks? That would make me happy. I'd pick that over the.
That reminds me of something I heard. It's like how to know if you have privilege. Are you are you able to say your ethnicity, or are you a Pornhub category?
Shit.
It's less funny if you're the category.
Can you imagine the amount of Pornhub categories there would be in the Star Wars universe? Ooh.
So many. Let's look it up.
It sounds like data that somebody should already have.
Wait, let me look it up.
There's like that one guy from like the prequels who has literally like a penis head.
And then there's the vampire werebear guy from the cantina, and you got the guys that have the tapeworm like.
Yeah. There's the dick face guy. I know who you mean. He had the three prongs coming out with eyeballs at the end of them.
Yeah, dick face.
Right,
yeah.
Dick face dude.
Like Greedo, you got that thing.
Yeah.
Okay, what about the elephant singer from the cantina? And maybe that's not a nose. Maybe that's their sexual organ.
That reminds me of Star Trek, the one where they're in the ice cavern and they get into the fight and he kicks the guy's knees and the shapeshifter lady looks at him and goes, "Not everybody's genitals is between their legs."
That's right.
He kicked
that reminds
his
me
balls were hanging underneath his chin or something, right? Yeah.
That reminds me of the Fifth Element. That's a movie we should have said. Fifth Element.
But sweet, the way that scene actually went though was he kicked him where his balls should be, and he didn't get any reaction. And then the girl told him, "You got to kick him in the knees because that's where it is." And then he did that. So that's
all right.
Anyway, I got a round the horn question if anybody wants to know it.
Ooh.
Yes. Did we just do one?
We just did one.
What is there, an embargo?
I don't know. Mikey,
what do you guys have against around the horn?
My round the horn question is
I can't automatically
I'm not
just think of
working tomorrow.
answers.
I'm not working tomorrow, so who's doing a shot with me tonight?
Jenna's like, I'm sitting here being pretty. I can't do everything at once.
Ben, I did a gummy earlier. I'm there.
Okay, who's doing a shot with me tonight? Because I'm not working tomorrow. So
Doing what?
Doing a
Who's
shot.
with me?
I'll
That's
do
my
it.
question.
Huh,
Okay, let me-
social drinking. That's cute. I just drink.
There you go. Just
I've
drink.
already been drinking, but I'm also going to do a shot because I'm.
I'll do a shot of my tea.
There we
There
go.
you go.
This says
I got water.
I just did a shot.
Blood thinners.
Caffeine.
Oh yeah, blood thinners.
So, who do you think, as an actor, was perfectly cast in the role that they played in a movie or TV show?
Whew, that's a long ass question.
The most perfect.
Agent
that
Mulder
again?
and Agent Scully in
Like-
the
like-
X-Files.
What?
I think Mulder and Scully were perfectly for the X-Files. I'm sorry, David Duchovny and
Oh.
Gillian Anderson.
Okay,
in the
yeah.
X-Files.
That works.
No, easy.
That works.
What's his face? Joker.
Oh,
Which
Heath
one?
Heath
Ledger.
Heath Ledger. Easy. I win.
That was good.
I don't think so.
That was good.
Mm.
I will give you 1 point for one correct answer, but that does not mean that you win.
Yeah.
Gilbert
Why did I just
Gottfried
get
as
1
the
point?
parrot in Aladdin.
I should get 10.
Oh my god.
Yeah, with his voice, a petty villain is the only role he could convincingly play.
Oh my nobody.
That's a good one.
I've
That's
decided
pretty
today I'm
good.
changing it. It's not oh my god anymore. It's oh my nobody.
So we've had people jump in. Sweet.
Oh my god.
Sweet's been here.
B.
What?
What?
No, we've had people already are
Ready?
jumping their answers. So Sweet, what's your answer?
I'm gonna have to think. I'm gonna pass.
Okay.
Okay. Who else hasn't answered yet? B, have
I
you
haven't
answered yet?
We just did a shot.
Okay.
What haven't I answered?
That's
They're
it.
too drunk to answer, basically.
I haven't even.
We're
I
just
just
in
started.
pain.
I'm
We're
fine.
just in pain. We're fine.
Who do you think has been cast perfectly in whatever role they played, TV show or movie?
Oh my
What
god, so many
actor or
people.
actress?
I can go next if you don't have an answer.
Go ahead. I'll go next.
Okay. Again, movie y'all probably not seen because if you haven't seen Three Idiots, I'm going back to that.
Dude,
But
it doesn't count if you keep naming obscure movies. that
No,
one's
use a
seen.
new one.
Yeah.
no, but this actor's amazing though. Amir Khan. No.
It's
Amir Khan
Okay.
in anything.
Yeah, Amir Khan is amazing, and his role as Ranchit Chanchad was amazing. Like he did such a good job.
We'll just have
See,
to take
somebody
your word
knows
for
what I'm
it.
talking about.
There's one person. I was
No,
going to ask if you
because
saw
you're naming
Robin
somebody
Singh
who
or
knows.
Singham. Those are my favorite Bollywood movies.
Those are both great.
They're
Yes.
Singham. If you guys like watching something where it's like, it's like revenge, and it's if you like those revenge type movies where a character has something happen to them that's very unfair, and then they just go and take revenge and like fix the system and stuff. Singham. That's a good one.
Ah, nice.
Seriously?
Lemon, we are
So
having
good.
a Bollywood movie night, you and I.
That's it.
Yep.
okay.
That's
Okay,
it.
I have
Okay.
my answer,
Oh, go ahead.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
and it's a tie between Tom Baker
You
and
guys are
David Tennant
impossible. You guys are impossible.
as the Doctor.
Yeah.
Mikey, shh.
It's the Doctor and Doctor Who.
So two different Doctor Who's.
It's
I
it's
guess
it's got to be the
taking
tie
that-
between Tom Baker and David Tennant.
Hmm.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I would, yeah, that works. They
That's
are the two
official.
best, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
Tom
Yeah.
Baker
I like
was the
Matt Smith,
iconic
but,
doctor that everyone remembered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have
I've
the
lost
scarf.
track of all the answers I've gotten. So who wants to go
That's
next?
okay. They're not graded. So
Can I go?
Sure.
Yes, Mikey, you can go.
Jeff Goldblum as the weirdo doctor in Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Oh hell
Okay,
yeah.
that works. Yeah.
I agree with that. I loved him in that
Finds
part.
a way.
It
Yeah.
was very Jeff Goldblum the entire time, and it was
Very Jeff Goldblum.
let me just say it was perfect. Is what
Yeah.
it was.
I love him. I love it.
Very Obama-ish there, Mikey.
That was Obama-ish. That was
Yeah.
That was
Just
just
a little
Goldblum.
bit Obama.
But Obama's more straightforward. He doesn't so much.
He does. He has
Oh, he
big.
does.
He has big.
That's what I'm saying. They're not like rapid fire.
Well, they're not stupid
Uh,
ums. They're intelligent. I'm gathering my thought ums. There's a difference. Maybe.
It's just the way
I'm
to make
sorry.
it.
I just had Trump around for 4 years. Anything's better. It's just everybody looks great right now. Everybody before him looks great.
Everyone looks sexy.
Dude,
Kelsey
my
Grammer
talk is
as
a better
Fraser
looking
Crane
president.
from Harmonica Man. I agree. Kelsey Grammer as Fraser Crane.
I have
Definitely.
mine.
What
Yeah.
am I supposed
I'm going to circle back a little bit, but only partially.
Scrap
All right, go ahead, B.
wings.
Robin Williams in Good Morning Vietnam. Literally, no one could do that part but him.
Yeah.
Half of it was him ad-libbing when he was doing the radio part of it.
Yeah.
He literally ad-libbed it, and they said, "Fuck what we rewrote,
Right.
keep that," because it was
Keep
so
it.
good. It's
Robin
not something that
Williams-
happens often,
Robin Williams is a cheat code.
right?
The
Right.
man never
Yeah,
missed.
but pretty much, you can almost say that about any movie he's done.
Aladdin.
That's fair.
About to say,
And
he was-
just name one. Mrs. Doubtfire. Nobody could have pulled that shit off and made it that
he was
funny.
great. He was great.
There's no way. He just plays parts. No, there could be no other Mork. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
In Aladdin, the scenes where the genie just went on those long monologues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they just
Robin
let him
Williams
go
was
and
just
they filled
awesome.
in the animation afterwards so that they would
See,
get
I
his
didn't-
true essence.
I didn't
Right.
even know that, but I don't doubt it. They do a lot with him.
That's awesome.
The
And
funny
then Will
story is
Smith
at the
killed
very
it.
beginning during
Will
the
Smith
during
ruined
the street shop scene. They just threw him in a room with a whole bunch of different items and said, "Go to town." And then they recorded him, and then they wrote the street shop scene afterwards
For what?
around it. The very beginning when he sets up the street shop.
Oh yeah,
the
yeah,
guy
yeah.
in the market. Yeah.
Yeah, you're talking about that part. Okay, I didn't know.
They
which
just
movie
threw
first.
him in a room with a bunch of toys and said, "Go to town. Just sell us on these toys."
I think
Yeah.
I still know.
Ah,
Christoph
Inglorious
Walken,
Bastards.
Yeah.
Very good. Very
Oh
good.
yeah,
Inglorious, yeah.
Glorious
You
Bastard
know,
was a good
Will
one.
See you
Smith
later,
really
Leonardo.
didn't have a chance following up Robin Williams in that role though. There was no
No.
one that was
No.
gonna
It was
gonna
horrible.
play that.
It was a fool's errand.
Right.
Take
It was
care,
like,
Leonardo.
Like when Jackie Earl Haley tried to replace
Thanks for coming.
Robert Englund as Freddy Krueger. It's like, nah, you're just not going to be able to do that. It's just not a thing that's going to happen.
Jenna's going. All right.
I'm
funny.
going.
Aww.
Have a good night, Jenna.
Nice meeting you,
What
Jenna.
am I going to look at
No,
now? No,
You can
I'm
look
kidding. Bye, Jenna.
What am I to you? Just kidding.
Stop
Bye,
ever.
Jenna.
That's it.
Bye,
Good night,
Jenna.
Jenna.
Bye,
Love you, Jenna.
Miss Lemon. Pleasure to
See you
meet
later.
Sure, we so see you again.
She said
And
she loves
Bye,
you. She
honey.
said it on accident, but she meant it.
I think
Love
maybe
you.
Ifwas could use an episode with Miss Lemon.
Oh, that's a good idea.
if Wes can use an episode with Miss Lemon, indeed.
Yeah.
Don't do it. It's a trap.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
You
That would
shut
be
your
fun.
pretty face.
Never.
I'm excited. I'm up for anything. Let's do this. Let's have fun.
We shall. Are you on Twitter? You're on Twitter.
I'm on
Yes.
Twitter. Miss
Okay.
I
Lemon
will be
Twitter.
doing
I
a
will-
thank you tweet, and everyone
Look
can connect through the
That
thank
That
you.
is
will-
the answer.
Look at,
I will
look
find
at,
you.
Look at Jenna of all people. Like, do you have Twitter? When someone literally had to make a website just to get her on Twitter. Like,
Yeah,
Two of
right,
us had to
gorilla.
force her on. It's true. I was threatening her. I was like, "Jim, get a goddamn Twitter."
Y'all didn't want to make me remain anti-social media.
We wanted to
You
get a
ima-
hold of you
wait,
easier than
wait,
Facebook Messenger.
Can you imagine? It's just like a dating site for like serial killers called anti-social media. I'm sorry.
Or
She's
just
brilliant.
introverts. You
Wow.
could do one just
She's
for
brilliant.
introverts.
I love it.
Antisocial.
Asocial,
Everybody
not
comes into the panel and then
antisocial.
does their own thing and doesn't talk to anybody.
That's
Jenna?
There you
asocial
go.
media.
No, Jenna
That's
is
it.
right. You have to be careful of these people. They forced me to get on Twitter. Then they forced me to make a Discord. Now they're
See?
pushing me to get Twitch.
Mhm.
See, they forced Dr. Ben to start an OnlyFans. Gotta watch yourself.
Yep.
See, Jenna,
It's
You're
Ben's
hot.
fault
Jenna,
I'm
are you
on
saying
Twitch.
Jenna,
I
are you
think-
saying that you prefer Facebook Messenger? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, I don't.
No.
Okay.
Wait, why?
I think John
I was like,
Travolta
'cause
and
I can,
Nicolas
I
Cage
can
should take
use
over
that with you if you
Facebook.
prefer, but
Tom
Well,
Selleck
why
is
aren't you in
an
my
NPI.
DMs? Slide into my DMs already.
Going
Jesus.
down.
I'm in your DMs.
Harmonica
No,
fan. My
that'll
father
slide
looks like
into your
Tom
DM.
Selleck. Exactly like him.
Well, not
That-
on Facebook, but on Twitter.
Randy, if you haven't seen the new Magnum PI, look it up. The new guy playing it's doing a good job as well.
Hmm. I think if
I
you're
need
gonna
to-
do a, like a
Can I-
remake,
Can I
it
do
has
mine?
Neil.
No.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go,
no,
go, Neil.
no.
Go.
Somebody
No.
mute this guy.
Everybody's
Fuck
just
this
talking
guy.
over each other. Shh.
He's annoying as fuck. Let's just mute his ass. I feel like Oz now all of a sudden.
Mute Oz.
I have two. Brian mentioned him earlier, playing Freddy Krueger. However, I thought he was the perfect pick for playing Rorschach in The Watchmen,
Oh.
That was Freddy
Okay.
and
Okay.
Gary Oldman as Dracula in Dracula.
Hmm.
Okay.
He was fucking awesome in that movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Gary Oldman.
That would be
Fifth
perfect
Element.
for Gary Oldman. I agree.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like Gary Oldman. He was in The Fifth Element, right? Am I thinking the right guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. Was a fun. That's a fun
Multipass.
It's Mr. Shadow.
Bree, did we get your answer? I can't remember.
Sorry, I just sat back down. Actually, did I get
That's
skipped?
okay.
What's the question?
Well, Island Man was running it, so it didn't go in order.
Yeah, no. Well, everybody just jumped in with their ansers because
Yeah,
it was a popular
It's
question.
a perfectly cast
question.
It's a perfectly cast question, right?
Yes.
I think that what's his name? He's cast as J. Jonah Jameson and all the Spider-Man. movies.
That's a good choice. I know what you mean. Yes.
J.K. Simmons, yes.
That's a real good answer.
He's the perfect Jonah Jameson for sure.
Yeah, even in the new one when they made him more like an Alex Jones type character, it was still.
I call him
It's still
Omni
him,
Man
though.
now.
Yeah.
Omni-Man, yeah.
So
yeah, Omni-Man.
Exactly. So good.
Oh my God, it's so
So
crazy.
good.
So
Yeah.
for me,
Insane.
That's good casting too for him as Omni-Man as well. Actually,
yeah.
Me and Dishonest Ape Jonathan, we watched all of it in one sitting.
Huh?
It was awesome.
so am I the only one who gets the Gwen Tennyson vibes from Adam Eve? Is that, or is she supposed to be a knockoff of Gwen?
I think she is the knockoff.
So tell me what you think of this answer then. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Conan.
Oh.
Just
Arnold Schwarzenegger,
nobody
Terminator.
else could do that
He's
role.
the only one who
No,
could tell us what is
Conan.
best in life.
Conan. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Conan. He was the absolute perfect choice for that role.
Except for that best in life part was stolen from Genghis Khan.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, that is the correct pronunciation.
So
what the fuck is this?
Okay, and for there being some actors that you really can't see any other way.
Got you, DKH.
Can anyone hear Vincent Price's voice or see him in anything without assuming he's a vampire?
Something creepy.
He wasn't Edward Scissorhands.
Read down, Neil. You'll figure it out.
He was a mad scientist. Vincent Price is mad scientist to my.
As a mad
to my brain.
scientist.
Bela Lugosi is vampire.
Yes.
Yep.
Always Dracula.
You were out smoking when Brainbug announced that Brainbug will now be Bree.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, you're right.
So
I
you missed the
totally
whole thing. Yeah.
It's okay.
Well,
It
then
was great
welcome, Bree.
fanfare, and you have missed it.
There was a parade. There were penguins.
Mhm.
Wait, what kind of penguins?
We set off fireworks.
What's his name? The Danny DeVito kind of penguins.
Oh, gross!
Oh,
And there was
cute.
Danny DeVito penguins, but they were penguin sized, like they were like 1.5 feet tall. A bunch of
I
little
just mean Danny
called
DeVito as
The
the
entire
penguin.
Omaha Zoo celebrated.
Not
Yeah. That's just one zoo too. We haven't even got the numbers in from the other ones yet.
Yeah, Cincinnati. I heard was all about it.
We're waiting for the cow, but we might have to recount after the vote.
It was a hoedown and a hootenanny.
But I did bring a baby mantis for you, Neil.
Oh, you got it, baby. I love it.
Hold on.
It's adorable.
Ah, it's full screen now.
Look at it.
Oh, look
Awesome.
I will
It is
name
kinda
you.
How much bigger will that get? How much?
It'll get about that long. About
Really?
so
How
about
long?
it's. What I'm gonna get is a tattoo on my finger with the measurements because
Nice.
then I can make the dog like look like
You should do that,
and other things too. Just whatever I can get my measure it all.
Well done.
But how long will it
Really
take to
living
get
your
that big?
craft.
About from this state, it'll probably be about 18 more months, maybe.
And
Before it's
they
full
live
size.
what? How long do they live?
Yeah, about that long. This
Until
is
they die.
this is a brand new one. They only live about a year and a half.
Okay, and how many times will it molt to reach that size?
It depends on if it's male or female. The males will molt generally about 7 times, and the females will molt 9 times.
Wow.
I love
Because
it.
females are better. Check.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
Wardrobe king.
I've joined that side, so I can't say that that's not true.
I love women.
This just in from Mrs. Famine. She says she went to go clock in for work. The swipe to open the doors in the morning. And there was a fucking mantis on the fucking keypad. She's like,
you want to do this for me? Here, take this.
You should just handed him your card. Like, here you go, sir.
There.
Oh man!
Thank you for swiping for me.
I went on a medical mission to. Was this one in Panama or Nicaragua? It was one of the two because I went to both, but it was a question of which one had this. But we had a separate room set up for like the gynecologist to work, and there was this giant bug. I don't know what kind of bug it was, but it was huge. Like it was a huge bug, like right outside the door to the gynecologist. Like this is like the worst spot.
That's a metaphor. That's a metaphor.
No. I love bugs, but no.
Go away. Shoot.
When you're going to be
in the
taking
middle
these,
of the jungle somewhere in Panama.
when you're going to be taking these jungle excursions, you need to let me know because I'm going to send you some stack of deli cups just to collect.
Collect some samples.
I don't know when I'm ever going back to the jungle. We'll see when I can travel again.
I gotta go. I should have looked like
I'm going down.
Bye, Jenna.
But before,
Bye,
but
Jenna.
before I go,
Bye, Jenna.
Kristen.
Don't.
Nope.
No. What
I'm
is it?
saying hi. I'm saying hi.
Oh,
I'm not trying to be rude. I'm saying hi.
Here it begins. Oh,
Sure.
what is
There we go.
I
saw
He
it.
goes,
saw a hand.
my hand.
Love you, Kristen. Okay, bye.
Bye, Jenna.
Okay, and since we
She's
have
trying
a
to get
bug
Mikey's
expert
wife.
here, what's the largest centipede we have in North America?
Scoliopindra heroes.
You can't
How
make
big
up
do those
words.
get?
Yeah, what the fuck?
They call it the giant desert centipede. It doesn't just live in the desert though, because we have them in Missouri and the Ozarks and all over the South. They get huge. About
Bree, are those the ones the wolf mouse eats?
Yeah, the grasshopper mouse.
Yeah.
They'll fight with it. Yeah.
I love them.
So how big is huge?
They're huge.
Up to 8 inches long.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
okay.
I thought the largest one they ever found, Bree, was like a foot long.
So the thing, and that's what I was saying about the Ozarks, them being huge. In the Ozarks, there are stories and even specimens that allegedly existed of giant Scoliopindra heroes that were upwards of 15 inches long, which is not bigger than anything we know in modern times. There was one that was allegedly in this jar in this curios at a barber shop or something, and I don't have all the details with me now, but it got destroyed during the Civil War. So we'll never know how big it really was.
Well, because somebody was sharing a video with a centipede that was like 8 inches long and claiming this was in the house in Missouri. And I didn't think we had any that big up here.
I have one this one I had for about 6 years, and she's every bit of 10 inches long. She's a Vietnamese centipede, though. Yeah.
Okay.
Holy crap.
I thought we only got that big like in tropical regions.
Yeah, this is a Vietnamese one. This is not from, but Missouri. Yes, I need that link. I absolutely need that link.
It was something that was on Twitter like a week ago.
Okay.
On forever.
Because if it's in Missouri and it's if they're saying it's 8 inches long, I need to see it, because that's one of my pet projects as I'm working on is a book of obscure cryptid invertebrates, because I think those are the most likely to actually exist, or the ones that are insects or invertebrates, arthropods, because they're smaller, but they can still be monstrous. I mean, we're talking a centipede that's 15 inches. It's going to be huge, but it's not going to be like outside of. Yeah.
Let's go
teriyaki.
Well, you know,
Going down in the caves. That's where they are too. That's where the allegedly these ones are. They're in Missouri, southern Missouri and Arkansas, and those caves and stuff out there. I was just in a cave in Arkansas a couple weeks ago.
Well, and for the most part, bugs don't bother me, and I'm used to, going under houses and into crawl spaces, part of my job. But if you've got enough legs to be more than 2 animals, you've taken it too far.
Yeah.
That's just excessive, just like you're just assaulting this centipede. No, that's too many.
It's hogging all the way.
There's nothing wrong with that, Purple, because it's evolutionary beneficial to have that aversion to anything with more than 4 legs, to say that this could probably bite me and kill me.
Not if I bite it first.
Yeah.
Well, talk to me, Miss Lemon.
So Brain. So
Yeah,
Brainbug,
even on that. Sorry.
Come at me, bro.
So Brainbug, I have a question. So like evolutionary, is it like beneficial for centipedes to have that many legs, just in case they get like broken off or something?
Yeah.
Or is there like a reason why they have a gazillion legs as opposed to like 4?
Like 100.
Because they came on land first.
Depends on the size.
They came on land first and kind of initiated it, and they came. Ooh, yeah. There we go.
Can't take you guys anywhere.
Yeah.
So we're talking over 400 million years ago, way before our ancestors were the tetrapods were coming onto land.
It was Neil's 21st birthday.
Yeah, right around then. I think
it was actually a complex fungi. So.
Yeah, so he was already on land. When the centipedes got there, they're like they crawled out of the sea, and Neil was like, "Hey, what took you guys so long?
Hey, try some of this,
dude. I've been waiting for like
years. I've been here all by myself, man. No, me and Keith Richards. He's
Yo, dude, I
Is that
smoked your
fucker
uncle.
can't
Benny
die.
White.
I smoked your uncle.
Yeah, see Neil roll up in the Flintstone mobile with Betty White in the passenger seat.
There we go.
Fuck yeah.
That's
But they came on land first, and they had to, so that they had already these leftover traits from being oceanic, and where it was beneficial to have multiple limbs. Because they live in a 3D environment. So when they came on land, they kind of leveled out, and all the legs went onto the bottom. But there was no competition or ecological pressure for them to lose a whole lot of legs. So they kept them until they were marginalized into the niches that they're in right now.
That's it.
Interesting stuff.
If only you
As
had a
opposed
YouTube-
to the coniferous period where you had a millipede that was like 7 feet long.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The Arthropleura.
Yeah.
Absolutely massive. They used to depict those as giant centipedes, but they were just they are giant millipedes. They're just almost giant feathered millipedes is what they are. Actually, I used to have some that were tiny that looked exactly like, well, not exactly like, but very aesthetically similar to the Arthropleura. That was so tiny, but they were so cute. I'm probably the only one person here who says a millipede is cute, but it's
which one came first, the millipede or the centipede?
Decapede.
Decapede.
Well, they would be
Unipede.
so.
Unipede.
The snake. Come on now, Unipede.
Can't take you anywhere, man.
Sorry.
Yes, the first land animal was actually
First one coming on the land, right? It wouldn't have any legs yet when it came on the land.
Right,
They had legs when they came
Imagine
on
like a
land.
worm shows up and it's like, hey, you're
Okay.
not allowed to come here. This is a meeting for peds only. Like,
It
no,
must
I'm a
have hopped.
unipede. I'm supposed to be here.
It must have hopped.
Yeah,
My
or
name is Unipede.
It would be a monopede, wouldn't it? Monopede.
But
would be-
Unipede sounds
Yeah.
funnier.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
I'm not a pod.
Monopede.
you guys make my brain numb.
You're welcome.
But
Who needs
a
drugs
monopede-
when that's around?
A monopede could be like a snail, though. They have like,
drugs.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
That is. They got a big old foot. That's what it is.
One big ass foot.
I got a big foot and I cannot lie.
yeah. And they don't either. Snails aren't like, nah, I got multiple feet. They're like, I got this one.
Just the one. Yeah.
Why you need more than one for?
My
if you
whole
got a good
body
one?
is one big.
Yeah. A big foot. You know what they say about snails with a big foot?
Dude, if the foot's big and the shell's big, I'm just saying.
Wait till you see those harpoons. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, like I saw some like Planet Earth shit of like snails getting on. I was like, oh.
Yeah. There she blows and harpoons just
who's blowing?
everywhere.
What?
Yeah, it's very
it's
very Hellraiser like hooks and chains and
they some freaks.
Yeah, snails are really into
That's what they really keep in that shell.
they're into kink. It's
Got a little mini whip in there, some handcuffs.
It's not that
cuffs.
That's soft. Snails would call that soft. They say, then what? No barbs, no how do you even pierce the flesh with this whip? They want to get
cat and nine tails.
Really into it. They are very, very naughty snails.
So are you saying that Jesus may have been a snail?
Could have been the Jesus snail.
How many feet do we have?
That's it. I'm convinced.
How many
I will
feet
convert
can
to
we-
that.
Well, he did get snailed to a cross. Sorry.
Whoa.
Ooh, hit the nail on the head with that one, Neil.
That's
So
it.
what's the difference? So I know you gotta, Bree. I know you gotta run, but millipede, centipede, like what's the actual difference in them?
So the millipedes are detrivores and herbivores, so they eat plants and rotting plant matter. They will eat rotting or decaying animal waste as well.
Like me.
But they eat waste products. Now they have millipedes have two legs per body segment. So each segment of the body has two legs with it. So their body and their legs look more like a brush, whereas a centipede is the most efficient killing machine ever evolved on the face of the earth. That's why they're stuck around so long in the way that they have. They are vicious predators. I do not recommend handling them. They have all the benefits of a cobra, a chloroprid snake, a constrictor, the way that they wrap around you, but they have also all the legs with their sharp toes that stick right into your flesh. And some of the front ones, they can actually rub their venom on so that they're not just envenomating you with their forcepsuals, which are the large injecting modified legs. They're not teeth. They're modified legs.
Yes.
Stick it into your skin, and they will rub that venom onto their legs that are right behind there too. So make sure when they're grabbing onto you, they're getting some venom into your skin.
What dicks?
Don't hold them.
That's why I don't live in Australia.
We missed out on some really good potential for like a superhero, the centipede.
Yeah,
You know what I
right.
mean?
Well,
Oh no! What
Just-
about the
just-
human centipede? That'd be a
No.
good.
Yuck. Oh, that's horrible, Mikey. For all you D&D players out there, if you bump into a millipede, it's a herbivore. It's not going to hurt you. It doesn't
That's
matter
it.
how big it is.
That's
But
Right.
if it's a centipede
Now.
and it's big, run
Like
the heck
manta ray
away.
and
No.
stingray.
Don't even worry about running. You're already dead.
But how can you tell the
roll their
difference?
goat to get it over with.
Oh, they look different. The centipede
look
looks
different.
flat and like flashy. It's got like neon legs and stuff. And then the millipede looks like two thumbs that are just like black together.
Oh, okay.
They're like
Millipede,
thicker.
millipedes
Actually-
can be flashy too. I used to have some bumblebee millipedes. Millipedes tend to be
More tube-like.
rounder, they're more.
Yeah.
The feather millipedes are an exception because they are laterally compressed, and there are some millipedes that also mimic centipedes to avoid being eaten. But centipedes, their legs are out to their side. Their legs are longer.
Yeah,
whereas the
they
millipedes
kind of
carry
look like
their
an
legs
amoeba.
underneath them.
They're
Yeah.
flat and have all the little legs. Yeah.
Yeah, if the legs are directly underneath, it's a millipede. If the legs are out to the side, it's a centipede.
And
So
centipedes generally have longer antennae too, so millipedes have shorter antenna. You can also, that's another way you can tell like a bumblebee from the mimic flies that mimic bumblebees, like hover flies. Is that the flies have really tiny antennae by comparison.
So you need like a rhyme to remember. So legs go down, you don't frown. Legs to the side, man, you died.
So what you're telling me is a millipede is like a limo version of a roly poly.
Yeah, it's like a long. So a roly-poly is actually a crustacean.
Crustacean? I used to play with those all the time when I was a kid.
So they're like little popcorn shrimps, all ready to go.
They're basically terrestrial shrimp. Terrestrial.
Yeah, isopods.
There's actually marine isopods too, and some of them are pretty horrific. There's one that that eats the fish's tongue and then replaces it inside his mouth.
There's also some huge ones on the ocean floor.
Yes.
I found out about
in the
things
Hidalgo.
recently, but that.
Did you guys see the one
things
eating
are
the
like the size of a
alligator?
house cat.
Did you guys see the ones eating the alligator? They threw that 9-foot alligator down into the Gulf of Mexico, and they were all like crawling all over it. And they were huge. Yeah, they looked like football helmets crawling around. It's like, holy shit.
That's good. Sounds like a video I got to show my geography students.
Yes. If you, talk about your geography teacher.
Yes, I teach social studies, and I try to get as many like crazy things because it's more fun that way. Why don't we learn about all the cool natural disasters and stuff? Why is it like memorize this map and also the capital? Like, why is that geography? No, I'm going to see an animal eating another animal. I'm going to see the door to hell. We're going to see all of this. This is good times,
It's a human-centric view. They want you to know about the politics. They don't care about the animals.
We're not in this class.
Have you ever heard of the game GeoGuessr?
Yep.
Yes.
Have you?
I have not played it.
It is harder than you think, and you're like super knowledgeable. I think I know like places really well. Like I can look at something like, that looks really Poland. Yeah, it's Poland. Oh, it's Poland. And then but that thing, they literally just drop you in some random city, and I was like, I'll look at the license plates. Blurred them
they're all blurred out.
All blurred out. I was like, fuck. So I'm like,
most of the time you're trying to figure out, is that Portuguese or is that Spanish? Is that Portuguese or is that Spanish?
Yeah, I got dropped off in Brazil once, and I was like, this sucks. I don't know what any of this means.
When you get dropped off in the middle of Australia or South Africa is the worst because it's you see
some you guys off. Oh, you mean in the game?
GeoGuessr.
That's like what you just get abducted by the CIA and just like, we're going to a black site, like what?
Yeah.
If I don't check in with my parole officer.
If you've never seen it, the Google car that drove all over the place, and you can do the street view on Google.
Yeah.
So it just randomly drops you someplace in the world from that point of view.
Gotcha.
And you got to figure out where you are.
That's fun. I love having that as a tool in the class. Google Maps, like we can actually walk around Machu Picchu because somebody did that. They mapped it, and then if you go to like Harappa or what's considered modern day Harappa, there's actually there's a museum you can walk through, and it shows like all of the stuff we have in the slides, like these special artifacts, but like they're really small, and we get to see. I love it. I use it as often as possible. I think it's fantastic.
Everybody get out your VR. Good. Everybody get out your VR goggles. It's time for a field trip.
I'm going to take this a quick second here to just say bye to everybody and thank you for having me on again.
Bye, Bree.
Bye,
Bree.
Bye, Bree. Yeah.
Bye,
See you
Miss
later.
Lemon. Bye, everybody. Yeah, good to meet you. And
you too.
Night.
All right, cheers.
Bye, sweetheart.
All right, Bree's gone. Let's talk about her.
Yep.
Yeah. Gosh, what a terrible person. Who devotes their life to bugs?
Who plays with bugs like that? Brain bug.
Yeah. No,
I heard
Brain bug is brilliant. Like,
didn't want to
she
share
knows a lot of shit.
I want a baby mantis, and Bree is keeping all of them in their house, and I don't think that's fair. It's not right.
If we are speaking about Bree without Bree here, she, her, they, them. What are we saying? What did
she,
they
her, as far as I know. Is that what you got, Purple?
I think so, but I don't think they were specific about it.
Okay, I like that better. Not even just let it happen organically.
Yeah.
Mikey, if you want a baby mantis, there is an educational catalog that you can order a kit to hatch them from, and you'll get a packet of eggs.
To fry?
Please share this with me.
No.
To fry.
No, because
Thank
a
you,
friend of mine did this with her kids as a science thing. That they hatched out the baby mantises. She was not prepared for how many eggs come in that cocoon. They wound up with like 300 baby mantises in the terrarium.
You better collect your bugs, Mikey.
I think that's what we're gonna
release them in their garden for pest control, but
Oh, that's awesome.
I love it.
My little white oak tree that I have in a planter, his name is Groot. There was a mantis, and I tried to get the mantis to live on Groot, and they could be friends, but it didn't happen. I was like, just stay here forever. This is your buddy. And then I came back the next morning and it was gone. I was like, why did you leave Groot? Groot, what did you say? I am Groot.
Yeah, that's all he said. That's it.
Whoa,
language. Am Groot.
Yes, language, Groot.
Hey, maybe he tried the
Damn,
"We
Groot.
are Groot," but he went too soon. Right?
Yeah.
Maybe he tried. Right? Maybe he
Moving
went
too
too
fast. Whoa, this is too much commitment. I tend to bite the heads off of the people that I stick with, you know.
Don't we all?
Too permanent. This is too permanent. We are Groot, you know.
Yeah.
Bonus
it.
points if you guys know who did the voice for Groot.
Oh, Vin Diesel.
Oh yeah, Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
I love
Really?
Vin Diesel.
Oh, I didn't
Vin
know
Diesel's
that.
a giant nerd, and so when
Yeah.
the Chronicles of Riddick game came out, he's like, I don't want you guys to mess it up, so he made his own gaming company to make it.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know
Giant
that. That's
nerd.
great.
He wrote the
Isn't that
forward
great?
for 5th edition.
I believe it. I didn't get to see 5th edition, but I
No
want to
shit.
read the beginning
No,
now. We
5th
had a
edition-
D&D club at school, but we got to restart that. It's hard online. Stuff is
If you're
hard.
looking for D&D content, look no further than
Yeah.
that one hero.
Nat one hero.
Also, if you want to play online, Roll20 is fantastic.
Yeah, I've done that through Discord. I just don't know how well the students would do that. They really like that in-person kind of immersion
Yeah.
and stuff. It was
Yeah.
a lot of fun. So I'm not sure how well that
It is
translates
fun to
over
do it that
Zoom.
way.
Yeah. For
Speaking
sure.
of which, let's go, Ollie, man.
Would he rolling? I don't
Roll
have
for
my
initiative.
dice. My dice
13,
are at
13
school.
on the dice again. That's the same thing I rolled the other day.
Natural
18
one.
altogether, buddy. Oh, geez, yeah.
Natural one.
okay.
What does that mean?
is
Did
in
we
the side
drink?
chat.
What?
Huh?
we
Brainbug
just
is
rolled
in the
initiative.
side chat and said she, her.
Hmm.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Yeah, that was-
pulled that
that
up earlier.
Yeah, put up
Sorry.
there. That's okay,
Do you want to say hello, buddy?
for sure.
Good call out,
Better-
though.
Better to double check than to let it slide, you know? For real.
Ooh,
Imagine if high
Really?
school was like that. Like what?
Oh,
Where we roll over the doggy.
baby. Good baby.
What does that mean? Is that so? What's the game here? We roll a d20. If you get a natural one, you pick up a small dog.
Yes.
I don't understand.
They didn't explain this game.
No,
It's called Dogs,
No.
Cats, and Dice.
I feel like this is Turkish or something. You know, I don't understand it. I feel
No,
like
you nailed it on the first try.
Okay,
right.
good.
Yeah.
Good.
If
I'm
he got
very,
the
you
natural
know,
one, then I'd have to
I'm
mail
a bit
him the dog.
astute, so not to
Well,
toot
I
my
gotta-
own
I gotta-
tune, but yeah.
Every time Mikey wins, he picks up one of his pets and plays with it. He has a dog and a cat.
You
So
win if you get a
it's
one.
dog, cat, and dice. Yeah.
2 cats.
Yeah.
A natural one.
Okay.
Natural one.
Natural one.
Yeah, I have 2 cats, but Leela does not like being
Speaking
held.
of natural
I
ones,
got,
She likes
I got
being
5
petted.
cats, but I don't bring them in here because they get very scratchy, needy. So
If he
they're
doesn't
Maine,
Five
well,
cats,
there's
wow.
3 of them are Maine Coons, and one of them is
Oh, wow.
extra large,
cool.
and so he's their child, but he had some brothers and sisters, and it's like, okay, cool, Maine Coon. They tend to be very expensive in Korea. Got a couple of them. Let's have some babies and maybe sell them. And I was just like, I can't. I love all of them. I'm just gonna give them away to good homes, and then that's
big
it.
mancoons
Yeah,
everywhere.
I can't do it. So kept one, and
Wait,
he
you're in
got
Korea?
to be weaned. Yes, I'm in
Yeah.
Korea.
I
This
didn't
is
know
the daylight coming in.
Yeah, it's not
so
like that.
he got to be weaned, but he was also drinking his mother's milk at the same time. I think that's why he got all
big.
anabolic. So we got that action going on. So he's bigger than his parents. He's big.
Mm.
He's a big boy.
What time of day is it there now?
It is currently 13:13. Ooh, that's exciting.
113. Yeah.
Okay, so you're on Sunday afternoon
So
there.
you're exactly
that's
12
correct.
hours for me.
Yes.
You're exactly 12 hours for me.
It's a good time. I mean, did you guys have any questions about Korea at all? Because I know some people like to ask, but they don't know if they can. I don't know if
Oh.
anybody does.
That's true too. Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
has kimchi?
I'm sorry?
Who has the best kimchi?
It's always the old ladies. They
Yeah.
always have the best kimchi.
Just like
Always.
Mexican food here in Chicagoland. You don't want
Yeah.
to go to like a big restaurant.
No,
Who
you
the
go to
best-
Abuela. That's
You
what
gotta
do.
find someone's abuelita. She's got the shit. Her rice
Yeah.
is to die for.
That's it. That's it.
Here's one for you. Is there a
Is there a
McDonald's near?
McDonald's nearby? Yes, and they deliver.
They deliver here
McDonald's
too.
delivers, yeah. So they
There are
deliver.
McDonald's in
That's just new
Mexico
since the
too.
pan-
It's
Yeah.
really
They have-
interesting to go inside them. The menu's just a little different. There's like things
Yeah.
you're like, what the fuck is that?
They have a bulgogi burger. There's there's like shrimp patties, like they're fried shrimp patties. So instead of like we just got the fillet of fish. Before we would have like the shrimp patty that was there. There's like a 1950s original burger, which is nothing that's ever existed in the U.S. There's green tea McFlurries. That's another one, and a corn soup, like a cup of corn soup. Interesting.
That sounds
Is the delivery
good.
is the
It's
delivery
McCorn.
new since the pandemic, or is
Is
the
it what?
delivery new since the delivery new since the
So
pandemic, or they
because
always did
Korea
it?
is so population dense, a lot of stuff is delivered, and a lot of it's next day. Like not for fast food, of course, but like if I ordered, like I'll order, bottles of water or something, so that way, you don't have to carry it from the store. So you don't. It just like shows up the next day, and it's great. Everything is so quick here. When the pandemic happened, there wasn't huge change for accessibility to stuff. You could still go to the store and everything. We didn't do any panic buying, but you could just order stuff to your house. That wasn't
like
unusual or anything. It was just like, okay, this is a bit of a weird time. It's kind of scary, especially at the start of the pandemic, but then it's like, we'll tolerate it, we'll manage. So we've been able to keep the contraction rate and the death rate very low, thankfully, despite being so population dense. Just to give you an example, I fell down on the subway, but I was so compacted with people that I didn't move from any vertical position. So I couldn't touch the floor, and I was leaning on somebody, but I was still totally upright. Like that's how packed it can be. So you would imagine an airborne virus would just spread like wildfire, and so it just hasn't, So it's been really good here.
It's great.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
there's no controversy over the vaccine or the masks. It's not politicized.
Yeah.
There's some questions about, well, how come it took longer for us to get it here? How come the masks, at the beginning, like 10% of the masks or something were sent to China to maintain like a good relationship? And people were very critical of that stuff. But just like to wear a mask, that's I mean, we do that anyway.
Yeah,
it's not. Yeah.
Yeah, why is it not cultural? Like, because in a lot of Asian cultures, like if you're sick, like you wear a mask, like it's a courtesy to other people around you.
Yep.
Part of the reason why is because you're still expected to go to work or school. So taking a sick day is not really a thing you want to do. Yeah.
Yep.
So if I'm sick, I'm still expected to go to work, but I would make everybody else sick. So you kind of just wear a mask. But we also have a lot of pollution issues. And so in the summer, that's when the pollution tends to get bad. We also have yellow dust season, which is blown over from the Gobi Desert. So we wear masks because you can like taste the air. And then in the winter, we have very dry winters. So you wear like a cloth mask just to keep your face from getting chapped. So it's just like masks all around the season. There's different masks for different seasons. Yeah. Yeah. So it's just like, okay, now we need a mask again,
Okay, still don't have a reason why that hasn't been adopted here.
I know.
Right.
Because it's like, most
Because my freedom, Purple. It's my freedom.
No, but
I was just about to say that, Neil. I love it.
Before the pandemic, before they were requiring them, it's like most working class people couldn't afford to miss a day of work.
Yeah.
So even if they're like food service workers, they would show up and be sneezing on things.
Right.
Yep.
That's the thing. I think it's, part of it is cultural. Part of it is also just the physical space between people. Like I said, something where you're crammed that tightly on somebody, that's not something you really encounter in a large nation like the US or Canada or Australia. So just the fact that you're in such close quarters to people, it was pretty weird. That for me, I think was one of the only culture shocks I had, because I'm from a Confucian culture. So a lot of the stuff we did as well. But one of the culture shocks I had was really when somebody bumps into me, not to get like, aggressive with them. Do you know what I'm
fucking
saying?
walking here.
Right. Yeah. So it's like somebody bumps into you and they don't apologize because you just kind of accept that bumping is going to happen. I still apologize to people. I know. And so it's just like somebody bumps into me. If you make eye contact with them, they'll bow like an apology kind of thing. So, but they won't do it otherwise. Of course, if they knock something over, they'd make you drop something. They're going to help you with it and whatever. But it's not, It's also one thing I thought was, you kind of expect like the students to be really well behaved. They're just kids. They're just teenagers. They're not going to be well behaved, but they're less well behaved for foreign teachers. That's the issue too.
How long did it take you to learn? No, he's reading. How long did it take you to learn Korean?
I was put into a government program. So I came over here with a government program before some of the laws had changed. And this government program was to help. So for Koreans, they really want to have English. That's part of the curriculum. But the way it's taught is to take tests.
Right.
Written by Koreans for Koreans. And so the pronunciation is almost not even, it's not even included. So you might have an English teacher who can't even pronounce certain letters in the alphabet. So that's like how not focused it is. And so, of course, that makes it difficult. A lot of Korean people are very embarrassed because they know that their pronunciation is not very good. So they're very embarrassed to speak with native speakers. So that's why foreign teachers come in. But it's expensive. You're usually going to go to like a big city like Daegu or Seoul or Busan or something. So the government was putting people into these small cities. And I lived in this area that had like 150% of the population was like over 80. Like they were so old. And I loved them. And they didn't take I don't speak Korean for an answer. So they are just talking to you. And if you really don't get it, they barely spoke English or no English, but they would try to show you a thing. And then, okay, that's how you put it together. So it was very strange. So when I started speaking Korean, I had a very like backwater accent because of like these older men while drinking would talk to me. So I picked up like this old like backwater accent. Right. Like imagine meeting a Korean person and they speak English like some Kentucky, person that's from a town that's got like 400 people.
Hi, how you doing?
Yeah.
Weather
like
nice,
that.
ain't it?
That's and so that's how I would sound. So it's like if you ask, like they make it's I guess I can only make like say it. So like if I was asking for another beer, I would be like 맥주 한 병 주세요 normally. But if I'm doing it their way, 저기요 맥주 한 병 주세요. Like that's how they kind of sound. And so I would do that and people are like, why are you speaking Korean that way? I'm like, oh, is that wrong? Did I say the wrong word? They're like, no, but you sound like an old drunk man from the countryside. I'm like, oh, there's a reason for that. So I had to learn how to not sound that way. Yeah. Yes, I was Neil from
the old drunk man. The old drunk man from the countryside.
Yeah, me too soon, Neil. Give me about 15 more years.
Well, I hope they were taking it that way.
No, I'm saying that I'll be old and drunk all the time.
Yeah.
No comparison.
I hope they were taking it that way and not thinking that you were speaking it like an American trying to do a stereotype.
No, not at all. God. Not at all. They it's just like imagine that you have a Korean person and they nail this weird countryside accent and it's like why do they sound like that? Because they just kind of nail it. Because it's not like it wasn't like I was saying like, oh, let's go, eat kimchi or something. I don't know, a stereotype, I guess. It's like, oh, let me order for us. I'll get this thing. And it's just, the old drunk men from the countryside dialect. Right.
Hi, Stidix.
Right.
Okay, that's more like England, where they can nail where you live to within 10 miles based on your accent.
Yes. It's so weird. They're like, I bet you lived in blah, blah. Like, okay, how did...
Yeah, but that place is only so big, so...
Yes.
I thought psychics were fake.
The problem, though, is that, like, I have friends that studied it, and they, of course, can speak very correctly, and I didn't. So I can hear it, like, I can understand what's being said, because they speak faster than, like, the CDs or something, the examples would. But my like my vocabulary isn't all there for some stuff. So that's kind of the downside of it. But I kind of wanted to learn a little bit more organically before I padded it out with more like studying. Yeah.
Rock on.
That's kind of the idea.
I don't know if I could do that. I don't think I'd have the patience to learn another language fully, like to be able to communicate freely.
It's just
I don't
you
even
just
want
kinda
to. I
have
don't even
to,
want to. I
you
didn't even
know?
want to learn English properly. So
That's you could just point at stuff
still
or
on the
show a
fence.
picture. But there are some people that they don't even learn to read Hangul, which is the written language. It's very easy to read. It's not a character-based language; it's a phonetic language. So it's it was designed that way by this king called King Sejong, and he was really upset that only really educated people could spend all this time learning the Chinese character system, and they would exploit like the poor people by posting these laws with like fines, but nobody else could read it. And so then, oh yeah, well, this is the law. We posted it, you know, and so he didn't like that. So he created this like phonetic language for them to use in secret. And it took him like 20 years while he's still being a king and there's, you know, fighting and everything going on. Because he knew that if he gifted this to the people and somebody found out, they would destroy it. So he had saved this just to gift it to the people. Like, wow, what an amazing! This was actually a Hangul Day. That's
cool.
that's a national holiday in Korea.
That's
so it's really
great.
cool.
No,
It's
that's
really
awesome.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a very progressive
Fantastic.
ruler.
that would never happen here.
this was like
We
in
always
the
try to push
1500s,
the
yeah.
ignorant down further. That's our goal.
Yeah,
here.
that's
Yeah.
the reason he had to do it in secret. So it wasn't like, oh, the government decided. It was like this one king decided to be beloved among his people. You know, so it was really cool.
Wait
a minute. What?
The difference between the ignorant people here don't want to not be ignorant. That's the problem.
Yeah, there's willful.
There's a large percentage. I agree with you, sir. I'd say there's 75% that
Yeah.
just don't want to fucking improve.
I got you.
Yeah, there's a difference between ignorance and stupidity, and there's a difference between being
sure.
dumb and being uneducated.
Exactly. You can
Intentional ignorance.
fix ignorance with education, but you can't fix stupid.
No,
You can muffle it with duct tape, though.
That's true.
Yes,
On
duct tape
that
works really
note,
good. Just
I
wrap
am
it
gonna
right
have to
around
look-
this area.
This part here, just localized. Exactly. I'm gonna have to get going though. I had a fantastic time with you guys.
Thanks, Lee, for joining. It
And
was
a
so
fantastic
much fun
time. Yeah,
having you on.
absolutely. Hopefully, I can come back and
You
harass
are
people
welcome.
again.
If you see us going and you're not busy, jump in. You'll send you a
sounds
link
great.
and jump in with us
Sounds
anytime.
great.
As
All
I
right,
do
thanks.
with all of
Awesome,
Neil's
Lee.
guests, I'll hit you up on Twitter or something and have you on
Sounds
later.
great. Sounds great.
All right, cool.
All right, guys. Bye bye.
It's been acidy and
Bye.
citrusy. Take care, Miss Lemon.
Bye.
How long
Yeah,
were
I
you
should
sit-
go too.
How long were you
I gotta
sitting?
run
Oh
on
more
yeah,
that?
you
videos.
gotta do your thing, don't you? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, Ben. You taking off too?
Yep. I'll see you guys later.
He's got a
All right.
project to work on. Bye,
Yeah,
buddy.
later, man, on a video.
See you later, little bro.
Later.
Night, Ben.
Take care.
All right, there's not enough to talk about.
I love talking to him. He gets me more into medical stuff, and now I've got him doing the peace sign. I don't know.
Bring
if
a
he
little
did it before.
retro.
I'm just talking shit. I don't.
I just know Ben's your sidekick. Anytime I see him,
Yeah.
I know you've got to be there pretty soon.
No, honestly, I saw him appear on Neil's, and the first time I saw him, I had no idea he was trans. I just thought he was like a 19-year-old kid. And I was like, that's weird. I've never seen Neil have somebody so young on. Like, that's not a common thing.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like going through, checking out all the channels, and I stopped. And I caught the end of it, like the last 20, 30 minutes or something like that. And then I was like, dude, I got to hang out with him. I just like felt through the internet like we're going to be buddies.
He's
And we have been
alive.
since.
Hey, Matthew.
Matthew.
What's going on, Matthew?
Boy, I'll be damned, it's Matthew.
What was I gonna say? Fuck.
I don't know.
I don't know, dude. Anyways, we've been buddies since, and we just hang out all the time and do all kinds of shit on his Twitch, my YouTube.
Oh,
It's fun.
I think Sam might be your youngest deconversion.
Oh
Sam?
yeah, probably.
Chaos?
Sam was 18, right?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think you're right.
Sam might be
I
the
miss
youngest.
Sam. I haven't seen Sam in a while. Hope they're doing
I saw
okay.
Sam like 4 or 5 days ago. Sam's doing good. And
Pretty
maybe
good.
it was in Twitter, but Sam's doing good. Just
Phoebe
busy.
had him on last week.
Well,
What's
Sam's
that?
got like
Phoebe had him
1,000.
on. Was it last week? Maybe it was the week before. I'm not sure now.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, but they live in the same country, so It's easy for them to do that.
When was that?
I was
No, I
thinking
think Sam was number 3 or 4. I was number 5 on Phoebe's.
Okay, maybe I just wound up watching them out of order.
Yeah, maybe.
You're out of order.
Wouldn't be the first time I've done that. No, you're out of order.
Well, again, because of the time
Another good
difference,
one.
I've never been able to make any of Phoebe's while she's been live.
Yeah.
I always wind up, putting them in a watch list to get to later.
I just want the core.
Jeez,
God, I'm really excited about this voiceover project I did, but I can't really say anything about it. But I really want to talk about it.
Don't wait till it's over. I know. Well, everybody already knows what I'm doing. I'm doing the intro stuff.
Well, yeah, but nobody knows who I'm doing mine
for Redshift, right? Or for
yeah,
Queen Redshift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for Kate. Yeah.
The in a world type thing.
Yeah. It's awesome. Well, this is just a reading part, but it's like 4 pieces. And I did one and sent it to the person. And he was like, well, that's really good, man. But you do know there's 3 more parts, right? And I was like, fuck, I'll be back. But I got better at it. When I got to the last part, I did it in 1 take. The next to the last one, I did it in like 3. So not too bad. I would love to do that full time, Stidix. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, me too.
I think it's fun. I love.
I think I missed the boat on that one though.
Yeah, well, I don't know, Neil. You got an amazing voice, and you have such a broad range with what you can do. You could probably do it part time and make some cash off of it once you retire.
Yeah, I could do that.
And
retirement plan. That way you can spend your retirement money on necessities, and then you'll have fun money.
The other thing
go and
you
do
could
shit.
look into is recording audiobooks, because you could do that in your spare time, and you just get paid when you complete the book.
That's for you, Scott.
Fine.
Or Stuart, as you pointed out earlier. Yes, we know, Matthew. We know you're a voiceover artist as well.
I didn't know that until tonight.
Nope, me either.
He's mentioned it before.
I've never.
Right.
I don't know. I don't think I've only seen him around. Like I don't know. I haven't seen him in a while.
I know it's
I've talked to him in the chat a couple times.
Neil, I get really, really stoned. I don't remember little things like that. Sorry.
No need to apologize, man. I know exactly what you're talking
Neil's been on anticoagulants too long. He's remembering everything. He's not drunk and high every night.
I just remember I fucking
Holy
hate all of
shit.
you. I'm out of here. No, I'm kidding.
This is what I've been doing this whole time.
Wow. Somebody punish me.
These are the fuckers I'm having
Please.
on.
I've actually had the idea of skipping the usual publishing of my sci-fi novels and just producing them from the start as radio plays.
That you totally should do that. I want to be in some.
Yeah, well,
That
no,
would be fun.
Look,
I
Purple,
need to
I'll
get a
help
half
you.
dozen people who can do voices then.
Let me know, Purple. I'll help.
I know lots of people.
I'm getting better at it every time I do one.
To do what?
Voices.
Voice recordings.
Yeah, produce my novel as an audio book or a radio play.
I would love to do that. I love audiobooks. I love because I'm ADD and I can't sit down and read a book.
Yeah.
But with an audiobook, you can just put it in your ears and do shit and listen. And I absorb what I'm doing and the book so well when I'm doing something else with my hands. So I love audiobooks. They're the best fucking thing in the world.
That's the same with me. I've just been trying to find like a set of headphones that had enough noise cancellation to, keep the power tools out so I could.
I know
still hear the
Saw.
book.
I know it's hard to listen in Saw.
Yeah.
True.
A circular saw's got about 90 decibels going.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to beat. It's true. Yeah. Well, you can get
they
these
gotta
bone
have-
conducting like I have, Purple. I can hear everything and hear you guys perfectly. And that way your ears totally open. You can hear what's going on around you for safety.
The ones that I found are really, really good. I think they're from like MPOW. They're like $30, and they have like the little noise canceling jam on there. For $30 headphones, they are fucking amazing. So I'm a little rough with them, a little rougher than the same one Ollie Man's got there. I recommend them to him. They're surprisingly good for $30. Surprisingly good.
I haven't had a problem with them yet.
They're right up there.
Used
They're
them
right
for
up there
about 2
with
months
like.
now.
They're right up there with like Beats and Skull Candy and all that shit. As far as
Oh, really?
They're
for that price, that's good. Yeah,
they're like a little no-name brand, but I'm on my like 5th pair of them because I just give them away.
Yeah.
I got a 75-meter Wi-Fi extender for them. I wear them when I go outside and cut the grass, listening to music.
Sounds cool.
There you go.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I've had a couple of wireless headsets that I've tried here, but I think it's just the electrical wiring in the walls that when I move from room to room, I've got a lot of problem with them.
Well, the problem I have is my freaking head, believe it or not, is so tiny that all of the headphones, none of them fit me right, and they hurt my head because they're just too big. They're made too big. And then you go down to kitty sizes and you find fucking Spider-Man and Hello Kitty. So
what's the problem with that?
Hey, excuse me, guys.
And the sound is horrible.
Mentioned God in the past hour and a half.
Hold on, wait a minute. Oh, P Mars, I got one for you. I have a new saying. It's OMN. Oh my nobody. It's my new saying. Enjoy that.
Oh, I just insert an I for Oh My Imaginary God.
Oh, OMIG. I like that too. I don't even want to say the name though. Might imply I give a fuck.
Although sometimes I just use Bob by Odin's beard.
Yeah, NMB. Not my Bob. No, never mind.
Not my Bob. What?
Like not my job. Not my God. Whatever.
Well, I mean,
NMG.
if I have to pick a religion, I'll just go back to the Norse. It's a nod to my Scandinavian heritage.
There you go.
Touche.
Yeah, me too.
Pretty sure Thor could kick you. We always ask, anyways.
Well, and I've said several times that polytheism just makes a lot more sense than monotheism. If you have one all-powerful God and things are screwed up, then he must be incompetent. If you've got a dozen gods who are constantly bickering about who's in charge, then everything being screwed up makes perfect sense.
That's where Yahweh came from. The original pantheon of gods that he was a part of. Well, he bullied them all and became the leader.
Sounds like God's the bully here, not us.
Yeah.
Well, are you shocked or something? Have you heard anything about the Bible?
Yeah.
Have you heard the word of my Lord God?
I try to avoid it. I'm on the patch. I'm trying to quit.
I avoid it as well.
I'm on the patch.
Gives me the creepy crawlies.
No, God isn't love. Love is love. God is imaginary. God is made up.
See,
like all the hundreds of thousands that we've come up with. He's just one of the latest ones.
Yeah.
See how
God is love.
We already have a word for love. It's love.
I am all powerful. I will give you a parking space at Walmart. I will not save your child from cancer. That's love, baby. There you go.
You lost your keys, but everyone in the Holocaust died. Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck them. But I'll get you your keys.
See,
get you that
close.
Just a comment. Just a comment.
Hold on. If you notice, they're spelled differently. That's because they're different words. So one is not the other one.
Okay.
Yeah, if it was one word, you guys would just call him love.
Okay, go ahead, Ollie.
If God is the God that you're saying it is, God is also cancer. God is also every child death. God is every kid that's starving in the world. God is all that bullshit.
All the child that have been raped, all the women that have been raped and molested. Yes, keep going.
You know what I'm saying? Just don't give me that crap.
Exactly.
It doesn't make any sense.
Grandma's suffering in the hospital right now by herself on a ventilator later from COVID-19, and her family can't even go and see her and hold her hand while she fucking dies.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's love is God is reality.
Yeah. That's your God.
Your God is imaginary, P. Mars. So doesn't fucking
exist. I had two people in my family who prayed to God right before they fucking died horribly. So
what about that? What about that? Just recently they had the global prayer to end atheism. Well, that
last Thursday.
Yeah. Boy, there was just people all over the world, at least 2 in each city.
Yeah.
Didn't even feel a shiver.
Well,
I think we should ask the Amalekites just how much God is love.
Yeah.
Part of the problem with the prayer to end atheism is they did it on the 12th. And because of the way time zones go, it was already Friday the 13th in a lot of the areas before they finished. So,
valid point, Perps. Valid point. Can't argue with you, sweetheart. The funny thing is,
people freedom. Love doesn't presuppose freedom. Yeah. What the fuck does that even mean? Love is an emotion.
First of all, I want to know, P. Mars, have you actually like sat down and read the book, not like a typical Christian from front to back? And second of all, most of us haven't, and we can still debunk everything you say. I've never read the fucking Bible.
I have.
I've read little
Probably
snippets
2-3
here and there, and that's enough. I know enough that I know you're full of shit.
And the
That's
Book of
all I need
Mormon,
to know.
And some
I'm
of the
not reading
Quran
that.
and the
I'm
Old
not studying
Testament
that
for sure.
shit. Spend my
'Cause I was
time
raised
having
Jewish,
sex with
man,
women.
so
or
I've read the Torah.
Yeah, read
And
the
that's-
book and go discuss the Old Testament with some people who read it in Hebrew.
Yeah, there you go. Then
Wasn't
get
a
back
nice
to
guy
me
in the Old
about
Testament.
a year and a
man.
half.
Totally wasn't a nice guy in the Old Testament.
No.
Why create a race of beings that you have to end up killing? That you would already know we're going to fuck up because you're all knowing. Like, why?
Yes, DKH. That's correct.
He does it totally painlessly. Oh wait, no, he doesn't. They get tortured.
Free will isn't real if your God has a plan. I hate to break it to you.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
don't get
can't
sweet
force
started.
love. It has to be a free will choice, really, because you're forced to love God or you're going to hell. So that
That's
doesn't
right.
sound like free will to me, buddy.
How do we get the name of God's son being Jesus when the letter J wasn't even part of the alphabet when he was alive?
His name was Joshua.
Because it was actually Yeshua, which
Yeshua, Joshua.
Yeah.
Which eventually got
Mars.
named
That's a cool story, man. Any justification for those?
If God's
I
all
love you,
knowing, then
Christian.
there's no such thing as free will, and everything we do is predetermined and
That's
fated
right.
to do.
That's right.
So there is no free will.
That's right. Not according. Not you can't. It can't be if there's a plan or whatever.
Yep.
His plan sucks. FYI. Sorry, but you should try again.
Okay, and God gave us freedom, and we use that freedom to murder. So God is protecting the freedom of the murderer, but not the freedom of the victim.
Why do we use the freedom? I haven't murdered anybody. What are you fucking talking about?
And you know, a lot of people were murdered by fucking people like you that were saying, "Are you Christian?" No.
And loving your
So shut
enemies
the hell up.
and forgiving everyone isn't evidence of anything except that you're capable of doing that. And I don't need a deity to do that either.
And
I
by the
have
way, most people that
successfully
tout
raped and
themselves
murdered-
as Christians are very, very judgmental and go
Oh, fuck yeah.
against the reading of the Bible itself, according to your translation.
Yep. If you lived biblically, you'd be arrested.
We have successfully raped and murdered everybody we've wanted to.
Yep.
Ever cut your hair?
Nobody.
Which happens to be zero.
Ever shaved your face? Worn clothes of a different cloth?
Yep.
Tattoos? Pierced an ear?
Fabrics.
Yep. That's right.
Worn a shirt that has Metallica on it because you're worshiping a different idol. I can keep going.
Oh no, here comes Christian.
Bullying Christians
Aw,
is
look
my
how
favorite pastime.
Cute
Come on.
you are.
This is so much fun. I had to come in and join y'all. I just got done like throwing my guts out for like an hour, but I'm back.
Throwing your guts out. You sick
Oh,
or
that's-
something?
Christian
That's
is
great,
feeling
dude.
under the weather.
Yeah, I've had the flu for like a week.
Oh,
Did you get
that
COVID
sucks.
tested?
Yeah, it's not COVID.
Okay, that's good.
Good job.
The symptoms don't match, and I got a test. So
Yeah, well, yeah,
Is it?
the symptoms can vary by person to person, so it's always good to get tested. Good job.
yeah. But
Yeah,
to be
you never know.
I'm also
So-
double vaxxed, so I'm pretty safe from that.
So, P. Mars, I really hope someday you find your way free from those restrictive beliefs that you have. I really do.
And no, we don't hate you. We don't go around hating people. I know
No, we don't
me
hate people.
personally, I love everybody as long as you treat me good. But if you want to throw things up there, I will debate you on it. I don't hate you because of it. I just I tend to pity most Christians for being hornswoggled the way they have been.
So
Yep. World's biggest fucking scam.
I think a lot of people
Just
here know that
my
I like
opinion.
to write, right?
I need
Everyone
to
here
get a
knows.
refill.
I was writing and Swede knows this. I literally can't shut up no matter what I'm doing. I'm either
Same.
talking or I'm writing or I'm doing something that gets the chemicals out of my brain. But I was thinking about this thing a couple days ago of the Christian line where without God we would all go around murdering and raping and killing as much as we wanted to, and I can't help but think that statement is a self-report. Because if you're someone who believes in a God and you're saying that you would murder and rape otherwise, that means that you want to murder and rape. The only distinction is that you believe in a God.
Yeah, I've had
And
somebody
something
tell
is
me that.
stopping you from doing it, right?
Right. To me, when someone says that, all I think of is, there's a potential murderer / rapist. If God did, if they stop believing in God, it's like that's a self-report to me. That's not an argument.
Methinks
Right.
thou doth protest too much.
Christian, I'm more in the line to give them the benefit of the doubt. I think that they're chalking up their reason for not doing this to their belief in God. But if they were to sit down and rationalize it out, they'd still come, not all of them, but the majority of them would still come to the same decision that it's not right to do those things.
And that's what I thought too, Ollie. But like, if you think about it, like the only people who would think that murder and rape would be permissible without a God are the people who have some desire to do it independent of the God.
They wouldn't
Or
use the
people that
religion to
heard about it
justify
and
it.
thought it was a good argument.
Yeah,
I want to say real
if they're
quick,
just being argumentative, then yeah.
Von Rick, that's exactly what my brother says.
Oh, I got that.
So it doesn't make sense what the
agree.
Christians say.
Yep.
Yep, people who have no concept of right or wrong eating from a tree. They did not know that they were wrong because they understood no wrong. Correct.
Yeah, you can't punish
Exactly
a
what my brother
child
says.
for breaking the rules if they didn't know what the rules were to begin with.
Why didn't
That's
you
one of
read
the things I hate about the Christian narrative. It's ridiculous.
Two-year-old, why didn't you read the sign saying don't do that?
Yeah,
'Cause I don't
exactly.
know how to
Same
read.
Same difference. Same
I'm
difference.
illiterate.
Well, and if you didn't want them to eat it, why did you make the fruit look so perfect? Put the tree in the middle of the garden and call it the tree of life.
It was
Shouldn't
a
you have called
lesson.
it something like, the tree of extremely painful death?
I see it. If it
The
could
tree
be
of eternal
anything, it would have been
damnation.
more of a lesson than it, and something to teach them than some kind of a sin or punishment should be invoked. It's ridiculous.
Imagine teaching your children a lesson by giving their generations sin and death and hellfire because they didn't understand the lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's
And if
the other
God's
part
all
of it.
loving, it wouldn't have happened like that.
Yeah, how can you hold a newborn baby responsible for something that happened thousands of years ago?
But what was the tree for?
It was a lesson.
Well, when you come up with a morality tale, you have to have the mistake that they make to make the point later on in the story. And that was the whole thing is that they wanted to be like God. So when the myth was created, they were, trying to teach you about some morality at the time. I mean, if you think about it in the context of societies telling stories to try to get a lesson across,
right,
it might make more sense.
Yeah, but even in the story, the serpent told the truth and said that if they ate of it, their eyes would be open. They would be like God. God told them that they would die instantly, and they went on to live for like hundreds of years.
The way that it was explained to me is that when they were trying to impart about the times when all of a sudden they realized what was right and wrong. Like how things came to be, because I think when they were writing these or telling these stories, passing down from generation to generation, they were probably trying to impart upon who they were telling it to of how they suddenly determined things shouldn't be done or should be done.
My thoughts are this is a story for children, so it's designed to teach obedience over a seeking of understanding. So instead of asking the questions of why things are right, why things are wrong, lean on
because
obedience.
I told you so.
Exactly, right? That's why the story paints the devil as the one who brings understanding and God as the one who demands perfect obedience. It's a story about being faithful, not a story about seeking knowledge.
Yep.
Yeah, Doorknob Head actually is. Yeah, I mean that's kind of what I get from it. Is it's a story that shows the difference between us and the other animals of the animal kingdom, or at least tries to show the difference between.
Yeah, but what really strikes me in that whole story is the snake is the only character who didn't lie at any point. Everyone else in the story told a lie at some time, not the snake.
Touche.
I bet the fruit on the tree was a Bartlett pear, because those are fucking delicious.
Oh, aren't they, man?
Or a pomegranate.
They used to grow on a tree we had
Ooh.
outside of our house when I lived in West Virginia. And they were just fucking delicious. The tree was like really tall and they were up high, but they were worth getting.
Yeah, I think
Sorry.
it would have had to be a pomegranate. You know, for the region where the Garden of Eden was supposed to be, neither apple or pears grew there.
Touche.
But it's a magic god tree, so of course I can have a pear. It could be a hamburger tree.
Be a dick tree.
Donuts.
Well,
Little
you know,
baby
food's food when you're ignorant and like 2 years old.
Dick
Little
tree.
baby dildos.
Isn't that the exact opposite of a cunt tree? I'm sorry.
I suppose.
Oh, dun-dun-dun.
Cunt trees are- right. Couldn't
Well,
resist.
then the U.S. should
I
be
know
a
you
dick
couldn't.
tree because it goes around fucking all the other countries.
It's like there was. I remember some old joke about people dressing up as different colors for emotions. Like a psychologist was throwing a Halloween party. He told all his clients, I guess, to dress up as their favorite emotion or whatever. And guy shows up like naked, painted blue. He's depression. Another one shows up naked, painted red. He's anger. And one guy shows up. He's all painted black, but he's got like a pear taped the end of his dick. It's like, well, what the hell are you supposed to be? Oh, fucking despair.
Hey, Sweet, I got a question for you.
Oh, why do I love
I
your
have an answer
humor?
for you.
Fuck.
Do you think that the Steelers should have stuck with Ben one more year or just gotten rid of him this offseason?
Well, they didn't get
should
the
have been
they
jailed.
didn't draft the quarterback that they thought was going to fall in the draft for him. So obviously he's back for another year. I think they're going to be Mason Rudolph is not the answer.
Really? That's a hot take right there.
I need to plant one of these bacon cheeseburger tree.
Hell yeah, man. Just walk out there and be like,
I don't know if I'm Tom, then I'd trade up to get one of those 5 quarterbacks.
oh, now I'm hungry for a bacon.
This is a really
Everybody
good
was hoping Justin Fields would fall in the
See,
draft.
you see how they just fucking slid in football all of a sudden?
Yeah, you know, Neil, I was just trying to
there's
ignore him and
been no
talk to you, buddy.
I openly asked the question, Neil. It wasn't a slide.
Look, Purple and Ollie are
It just
quiet,
kinda
and
came
Neil and
out
I
of
are
left
trying to talk
field.
about anything else.
Hey,
I don't care.
Well, if you're talking about disc golf,
bacon
I mean,
cheeseburgers
yeah.
from Burger King. You know,
Yes. Burger King has some really good fucking burgers, man.
Yeah, I like Burger King.
Good.
At least they try to cook them properly.
now.
Do you like Wendy's, Neil?
Yeah, Wendy's isn't bad.
Still better
I like,
than
I
McDonald's.
like the Baconator. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
When I get home with the Baconator, I add peanut butter and relish to it. And
Oh,
What the fuck?
sick
perfect.
fucker.
Monster.
You need to lay off
So
that pot,
Peanut
you
butter
bastard.
on burgers
So
is
good.
awesome.
It's so
That's just
good.
munchies talking,
So
bro.
good.
No,
It is
no,
so
it's
good.
so
Creamy or
good.
crunchy?
It is so good, and until you try it, do not knock
Creamy.
it. It is so good.
What is it? What are you talking about?
Put
Peanut
peanut,
butter
butter on a
and
bacon
rel-
cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
Peanut
Creamy.
butter on a
So
bacon
good.
cheeseburger works so good.
Can I
I'll
take
send you
like
guys-
baby steps and just start out with like a cheeseburger first instead of throwing the whole
Wait,
shebang in
Ollie,
there with the
Ollie,
peanut
Yeah.
creamy or crunchy?
Is it
Well,
really?
I prefer smooth, but it's personal taste on the PB.
I'm a smooth guy. Ultra smooth.
Wait, yeah.
Well, that could be misconstrued. That's getting clipped.
I'm more like a light crunch myself, Neil.
Lipton shit.
It's because you are.
But yes,
crunchy.
if you've never tried peanut butter on a
What?
burger before, try it.
So that's because you are
That's all I can
crunchy.
say. Even if you just put a little tiny bit on
It's
there,
true.
just try it once. And it's got to go on when the burger's nice and warm, so the peanut butter melts a bit. It's perfect.
Yeah, there's actually a restaurant around here that sells a peanut butter burger. It's got an
I
egg
just
on it
can't-
too.
I
Got
just
egg,
have-
bacon.
Yeah.
Mikey,
Oh, now
whenever-
that I would do.
In the future, Mikey, whenever someone
the
asks
peanut
you
butter
why
I
you
do.
can't stand white people, show them this clip.
We'll probably add something unnecessary, like raisins.
Look, dude, I used to live on the edge of the
Putting
South.
raisins and shit.
Those motherfuckers just put jelly on their goddamn fucking burgers and shit.
You fucking weirdos putting raisin and shit.
Jelly on sausage, egg, and cheese sandwiches.
I don't remember anybody saying anything about raisins.
Next thing you know, you're gonna be putting fucking jelly on your fucking fried chicken. Leave us the fucking alone, dude.
Wait, no, do that.
If you like peanut butter, you got to try it.
Yeah, well, peanut butter doesn't like me to start with.
I love peanut butter.
Not a white people.
Aesthetics. No,
Well, there goes that one.
Yeah. Well, shows earlier one there. Peanut butter is awesome.
Yeah, hell yeah. Aesthetic says it doesn't pair well with A1, apparently.
Touche, my friend. Touche.
Aesthetics,
I mean,
I'll
I
look-
guess
I'll
I
look
can
your
see it
minority card,
because
buddy.
there are Asian dishes that they put peanuts in and they make peanut
that's
sauce,
right.
and it actually is
That's
really
right.
fucking good with a good savory pairing. I
So-
can't
Yep.
admit that. I just thought of it, so
No.
maybe I should try it.
Just try it. Next time you have a hamburger, even if it's just a veggie burger or whatever, just put a little bit of peanut butter on it and try a bite. And if you like it, keep going. If not, don't worry about it.
You got to melt the peanut butter onto the burger, though.
Yeah.
Like cheese, you kind of got to melt them onto.
But I really would.
What
I
the
don't
fuck
like.
is going on?
I don't like the whole peanuts with something savory, though. I think it's their horror.
No,
which I'm not a big
On burgers,
plain
you
peanut
smooth,
fan,
smooth.
but a peanut
Use
butter,
smooth.
I fucking love peanut butter.
Burgers
You know what
use
also
the
is
smooth.
really good is strawberry waffles. Put peanut butter on strawberry waffles.
That'd be really good, I think.
Yeah, well, why not? I put peanut
Strawberry
butter on
jam,
waffles
strawberry
anyway.
waffles, yeah.
That combo
And pancakes.
That's
Peanut
you're just
butter is
replacing
good on
bread with
any-
waffles.
Peanut butter is good on any breakfast carb. It doesn't matter which one.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it on French toast.
Oatmeal.
Why not?
Why not?
Great on French
Because
toast.
French toast is
Yeah.
so good so many other ways.
No, what I do
You
is
put peanut
I
butter
make
and
extra.
jam together on French toast. It's awesome.
I make extra sweet, and then I put it in the fridge, and the next day I let it just get to room temperature, and then I make a peanut butter sandwich out of it. Sometimes I'll heat it, but most of the time I just eat it cold. That shit is so fucking
How the
good.
hell do you make French toast that it keeps to the next day and the custard doesn't go to shit?
Because I'm good, baby.
No, that's like that's
I'm
literally
actually
impossible.
a really no, it isn't.
Yes,
I am
it is.
actually a really good cook.
Put up Aesthetics blast
There's
comment.
no way to keep a custard that long that it doesn't just fuck up the bread.
I have to address this blasphemy going on in
Doesn't
chat
fuck
from
up the
Aesthetics. First of all, traitor. Second of all, this is not the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario is not just I'm indifferent. The worst case scenario is I go, Jesus fucking Christ, that's disgusting, and I throw away my cheeseburger. That's what I'm guarding. That's an awful argument, a terrible argument.
We've really drawn the ire.
You've brought out debate, bro, Christian, at fucking 12 at night.
Hi, Tubian.
Yeah, my ex loved a bunch of the Thai stuff with the peanut sauce. And that.
Oh yeah, the peanut
Like,
sauce
no.
is fucking awesome.
I love
No.
the sauce. We just had some the other day. Oh my god, that sauce is amazing.
That's
So
the
good.
taste it adds to a burger.
No, see, I
That's what I
tried
was
all that
saying. I know,
stuff,
you need
but
to
it's
try it
like,
now.
yeah, it doesn't taste right to have peanut butter with meat.
So Christian, they tried to get me to ruin my Portillo's burger on Thursday.
I bet they did.
They tried it, and I said, "Not today, Satan."
You can't trust these people. You cannot trust them.
God, all you have to do is cut a little piece off the side like this big and try it. Like, really?
Well, why don't I just cut it off and throw it away? Maybe that tastes good too.
Whoa, harsh.
Wow, that
Yeah,
turned
it's just
quickly.
so violent.
Oh,
Where's your sense of adventure, Mikey?
I
Shit
don't
came out of
have one.
nowhere.
Kill you.
I don't
Not
have
like you're-
one. Look,
You're not offering to be bit by a snake,
I
dude.
feel like
What
you're
the
getting
hell?
angry at me because I'm trans.
No. The last time y'all motherfuckers said just try something, it was 200 fucking years later. I'm not falling for
yeah,
that.
no, just try this boat out. This food is great. No,
That's just
No.
too
Don't you want to try this apple?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah! This shit looks good. Fuck these bugs on the ground. Give me that bitch.
Yeah, my sense of adventure got eaten by a crocodile.
Should have caught the fucking crocodile and ate it.
and this might
That'd teach you a
Actually, I
lesson.
have. I've had alligator chili.
Should I put peanut butter on my?
I've had alligator too.
Never had it. I've had squirrel.
I've had
You
squirrel
cook
too.
it slowly and properly, and it's good. Yeah.
Oh, it's okay.
So, if you can name
I mean,
an
I thought it
animal-
was chicken, Neil. The guy cooked it so well. That he had been cooking
doesn't taste
squirrel
like
for like
chicken.
40 years or something. He had tricks.
Yeah, name any animal that lives in the Michigan forest, and I've had to eat it at some point in my life.
Touche.
I have a question.
Same.
Because someone said A1 earlier. What's the one condiment or food thing that's not allowed in your house?
Miracle Whip.
My
That's
house?
not allowed.
For me, mustard.
Miracle Whip.
I hate mustard.
Trash.
You'll eat peanut butter on
love
your
it.
fucking burgers, but you won't eat mustard? What is wrong with
That's
you
right.
people?
You know why?
Mustard's horrible.
What the fuck is wrong with you people?
You know why? Because
love
it's too
mustard.
sweet, and I don't like the sweetness with meat.
I'm not talking to Honey Dijon mustard.
So I can't do Miracle Whip.
I
It's too
know
sweet.
you're not. You're talking about yellow. That's so weird.
Eee.
You'll-
He
you'll-
hates
you'll
yellow
put-
mustard?
You'll
That's
put
weird.
ground up peanuts on your bacon cheeseburger. But you don't
Fucking
eat
right I will.
vinegar?
Thank
Fucking
you.
right I will.
Jesus.
Until you've tried it,
can't
you should not
stand
deny
this
it.
shit. It is
I'm
too
glad I'm in
late.
this row, 'cause right now
at
I'm
least
aligned
I've
with the black
tried
dudes.
mustard. At least
My-
I've tried mustard.
I've tried
I
peanut
know I
butter.
don't like it.
I've tried peanut butter.
And I
don't
love
like
peanut
it.
butter.
Oh, if you don't like peanut butter, then yeah, you're not going to like it on a burger. But if
Then
you
why
like
do you
peanut
keep telling
butter-
us to put it on the motherfucker then?
Because I know some of these
Agreed,
people like
Stittix.
peanut butter, they just haven't tried it on a burger and won't.
Tabasco is not hot sauce. It's a
Also,
fucking
B, that was a great
tease.
take, by the way. B had a great take, which is that Miracle Whip doesn't belong in any household.
It doesn't.
I like
no.
It's too
Miracle Whip.
fucking. It's
I
too
like
fucking
Miracle Whip.
sweet.
Yeah, I like Miracle Whip.
It's gross.
Where do you get
On a-
sweet from? I don't get sweet from Miracle
Oh
Whip.
God,
Yeah,
it's
it's sweet.
see. I'm a super taster. You guys have to understand. I taste
no.
everything that's weird in everything. So I
So,
taste all the
let's see.
sugar in everything.
If you're gonna dip something in basically a sauce, why settle for Miracle? Just go right for the mayo.
I know mayo is the best in the world, but it has to be like real mayo, not that fucking.
Or do
Crap.
mayo and some relish and get some tartar sauce up in this bitch.
There you,
You
yeah,
need
there
Dill
you go.
relish to make tartar sauce.
I love tartar sauce.
One thing that
You need
will never
tartar.
be allowed. One
Cream
thing
of
that will
tartar.
never be allowed in my house is A1 because I have a cast iron skillet that I do all my steaks on, and I season everything. I do the brown butter and I baste, and there's a whole process. If I spend fucking 25 minutes making you a fucking steak, and you open up a bottle of A1 and pour that shit on there before
Preach
fucking
it, bro.
tasting it,
Yeah.
Fucking
you're gonna be,
preach it.
you're gonna be fucking wearing
A1
that
is
steak.
for $2 steaks that you bought from the fucking shitty end
Right.
of the market that was bad and too thin, and I don't know. You got them from
If you
McDonald's.
take
doing shitty
25
steaks.
minutes to make a steak, you're making the steak wrong.
Fuck
he's
yeah,
talking
you
If you
are.
buy a
He's
piece of
talking
meat
pre-cooked
that's full
time.
of connective tissue, you just have to cook it for 3, 4, 5 hours on the
Fuck,
smoker.
2 minutes aside, man. That's it. Done.
Doorknob.
He's not talking
And then
cook
not,
time.
not if it's a flank
Neil, he's
steak.
not talking cook time. He's talking prep time too.
I'm
Oh.
talking-
Doorknob
I got
head,
time to
you are
season it
on the
before
money,
you-
buddy.
Right?
It's caused problems.
First thing you got to do is you got to first of all take your meat out of the refrigerator and let it sit on the counter because it's got to warm
Yeah,
up.
it's got to reach room temperature.
Yep.
Salt
and
that
then,
bitch if you can.
and then I season. Dash of olive oil in the cast iron.
Yep.
Just to keep everything slick. Once I get the light smoke, boom, first side goes down. Get a good 2.5, 3 minute sear on there. Flip it. Add my butter and my garlic and all that stuff. Drop the temp down to almost nothing. The pan's still very hot from being on high. And then you just kind of drizzle. And it
Yep.
takes, the longer you do it, the better that thing fucking tastes. The
Mhm.
better it tastes. It's
But don't go
amazing.
over medium rare unless you hate
That is the key. You got to have fucking butter, man, and not the crap like real butter.
I've
Get
been
real
using
butter.
I've
It's
been
worth
using
it.
I've been using ghee butter lately.
There you
Oh,
go.
that shit is
I
a whole
fucking
nother
love
le-
ghee, man.
That's a whole nother fucking level. Why didn't nobody tell me about that shit?
Oh, my girlfriend taught me about it in like 2016. I had no idea, never heard of it. I thought it was like some health food weird thing
Right.
or something.
Shit's
And so
magic.
I went to make that roast that I threw in the crock pot, and I took a big ass hunk of expensive meat and I twined it up and I put it in a cast iron skillet and seared all the sides to it. Ghee. I used ghee and it was amazing.
I used to wear a gi for judo.
Yeah, I used to
knew
wear
it
one
was
for
coming.
karate as well.
I
Me
knew
too.
it was coming. I was like, there's
And
like a-
karate and taekwondo as well.
Fuck yeah.
You know when Neil puts up his hand, a terrible pun is coming.
No. That's not why I put up my hand. That kind of
Might be because it's 10
No.
p.m.
Might be because he's 10, and yes, and I do need to still
10.
eat some food.
It's 2.
And then I got to crash. Not on the Pacific Coast, it ain't. And I got to go see my mom tomorrow morning, so take her for breakfast.
Good, Neil.
Yeah, so.
Good. She doing all right, man?
She's back in a wheelchair. She's kind of sliding backwards now. Yeah. So
yeah, you guys sometimes got to take a step backward before you can get that next one forward.
Well, she's in the stat unit, so they're watching her and seeing what she's capable of. And she just keeps falling and hurting herself. She bruised her ribs, and she's not getting any better. It seems to be going the other way.
And so they're doing therapy, like PT, with her.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you bet.
Okay.
What are you guys doing for food? You gonna do brunch? You gonna do breakfast? What you thinking?
Probably a brunch, because I'll get there probably brunch time rather than a breakfast time. We always like to go for brunch anyways. Back when I went and saw her at home, I'd take her out and go for brunch and stuff. So.
Like pancakes and fries and like what is brunch food?
Brunch, yeah, breakfast food. Just a late breakfast for me, really.
Yeah.
Cool.
Steak, eggs, bacon, pea meal bacon maybe, or maybe we'll go for dim sum. Right?
There you go. Dim sum is fucking delicious.
Fuck, there's one place that makes these great.
You gonna put peanut butter on that, you fucking weirdo?
Maybe.
Only if it's in the form of peanut sauce, baby.
They make really, really good spicy chicken feet. Oh yeah.
Really? I've never had those.
Oh, they're good. I love chicken feet.
We used to throw them out when I was growing up. Mom wasn't keen on chicken feet.
What's a chicken foot taste like?
Chicken feet.
Like chicken?
I don't even remember what chicken tastes
kind
like.
of saltier, I guess you could say, but
really, that's interesting.
Yeah, a little bit saltier, I would say. A little bit.
It's the residual sweat.
Yeah, but these guys put like they bread it kind of like with like chili peppers and stuff in it, and they cook them that way. They're really good.
Did they leave the little nails
melt in your
on?
mouth. Yeah.
They just eat it kind of like a wing, like.
Sort of because
they put French tips
spit
on
out. Jump, spit out all the little bones and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if I can try that, but I'll think about it.
No, they're good. I didn't think I would be able to do either.
Do they paint the toenails before they serve them to you?
No, they do not. No.
Well, I also thought I would never eat an oyster, but as long as they're steamed, I'll fucking eat the shit out of some oysters.
I love oysters and mussels.
Fuck yeah. Now that raw shit, but steamed, I will just throw them in hot sauce and eat them all day.
It hurt me right there.
My nut. It hurt me on my nut.
It was way downhill.
Oh. That's too much.
All right. Anyways, guys,
Right
I am
next
going
to
to
my knee.
call this one done for the night because I'm starving. I got to eat. All this talk about fucking steak and shit too is not helping.
I know, fucking assholes. Fuck us.
Fucking peanut butter.
Peanut sauce, dim sum.
It's good. Just try it. If you like peanut butter, try it.
Neil, can you put up Static's last comment before you sign off?
Okay. That one?
Yeah, I want to take 30 seconds. It's comments like these that are driving me to be an alcoholic before the age of 20. I can't stand this shit. Peanut butter does not taste good. I've had many different types of peanut butter in many different places. We're not even getting into that. Okay? I've tried peanut butter so many different ways that you'd be embarrassed to know all the different ways that I've tried. Okay? I'm not putting peanut butter on a fucking bacon cheeseburger. You sub-zero, subhuman IQ motherfucker. I would rather throw myself off the Golden Gate fucking bridge than put peanut butter on a perfectly good bacon cheeseburger. You heathenous fucknut. Leave me alone. Good night. Speak Jesus, because you
Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Oh my god, dude.
You need him.
Fuck.
I've never recommended Christ to anyone more in my life. Go read the Bible.
Why Vonra trying to tell me to bend over? Nah, I'm the bender, not the bendee.
Oh.
I don't bend over.
That was good.
Oh, pow.
Wow.
All right.
That was
Whew.
good.
Damn, Christian told you.
Well, this escalating quickly.
I know, right? That's again. notice who it was, right?
Fuck you.
Okay.
So,
oh, you know I love you both.
It's so ripe.
You motherfucker.
The hatred
like
is
my
so
bro.
ripe.
Chill,
it's
brother.
just like waiting to be plucked. And I am just sitting here in an entire orchard of Christians' hate right now. And it is fucking great.
It's going to be a jungle by the time we're fucking done if we don't shut this shit down soon.
It's harvest time at the Christian hate orchard.
No love like Christian hate. Anyway, Neil, what you got?
Let's tell you what I got.
Word.
I got. Yeah, thanks everyone for showing up tonight. I hope you guys had fun. Once again, she's no longer with us, but thanks to Lee, aka Miss Lemon. So stoked for having her on. It turned out much better even than I thought it was gonna. Honestly,
she's a blast.
But she's totally
very intelligent, funny as hell.
Yep.
I enjoyed it.
As the little ticker down below says, don't forget that Randolph and I are starting up the call-in show to our talk at some time. At some point, I should say. So head over to www.truenorthtalk.ca for all the info there, and it has a link to the YouTube channels, and you head over and subs, you don't miss the launch. And don't forget that myself and Mikey here has been in there, Jenna, who's been on here. Kristen, have you done one of the nonprofits yet?
That's a whole different story. Yeah, but yeah, I was.
That's what I thought. Okay. Yeah, but there's many other awesome hosts that have been involved in the new revamped and relaunched nonprofit show, one of the ACA products that airs between Talk Heathen and the AC Experience, 3 p.m. on Sundays. So head over and check it out. I'll be recording the next Sunday's episode this Wednesday with a bunch of folks. Anyway, also the last Saturday of every month, myself and Andy from the Laughing in Disbelief channel and Seamus from Free Thought Profits get together with a guest, and you never know when we might come bugging you to be on the show. We do a couple hours where we make fun of shit and people, and it's called Atheist Drinking Out Loud. And head over to the Laughing in Disbelief, give them a sub, and you'll know when we do that too. And again, my wonderful patrons. Yeah, you guys are amazing, just like this little thing says there. And I love you all for how you help support the show. It does mean a lot, and it keeps me going. And like I always say at the end of these shows, like the late, great Carl Sagan once said, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. And we'll see you guys next time.
Peace.